sexual.
Parents say it is not for kids.
Pornography in the workplace being played on TV screens, drawings.
They ransacked and took off with the family car.
People making nasty comments about women.
Virus spreading in our area, find out where.
Racial language and racist attacks.
Push the button! Opie Anthony! I'm a black ninja, fuckface!
All right, we remember. Shut up.
We smoke pot with Snoop Doggy Dogg on a daily basis.
You're talking out your ass.
There's gonna be some action today.
I'm gonna crap myself.
Oh, what a log you're gonna have.
Holy shit.
The Opie Anthony Show.
Holy shit, Yahoo, indeed.
Oh.
With Opie.
I have psychosis.
Anthony.
I'm a xenophobic asshole.
Jim Norton.
I don't have the chops to do this.
And a bunch of zeros.
Good old Ben.
Steve really is love.
Perfectly enunciating bulb.
Sorry, Steve.
E-Rock! I bring nothing to the table.
They love when Hawk fucks up.
Shut up. But more importantly, we see Derek's balls.
You just relax. Here comes the funny.
Problem, Hawk?
My crotch is burning so bad.
Shut up!
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Oh, God.
I don't care how many Dago, Guinea, what, freak, ball, goombas come out of the woodwork. You can act like a man. What's the matter with you?
I'm scared.
Get on your hands and knees like a dog. That's it. Crawl around like a dog.
Hello, exactly.
You use your tongue prettier than a $20 whore.
God damn it. Are you fucking with me?
The last time I saw a mouth like that, I had a hook in it. Fucking idiot.
O&A party rock!
Is that supposed to be sexy?
Good morning and welcome to the Opie and Anthony program. Hi. The O&A virus. You're listening to it. That's what I say today.
That's what you say every day.
No, I was a little different there.
Oh.
I said you're listening to it.
You're not catching it?
I usually say it's the O&A virus spreading across America. That's XM
true.
Satellite Radio. But today I just said this is a virus and you're listening to it.
And here it is.
That's why
This is a virus.
That's why we get the big bucks.
Here it is. Yeah. Fucking Monday.
Monday.
Just eat me with Monday.
Why? I'm sorry. Why will the NYPD not charge these 4 or 5 black kids with a race crime for yelling "Get Whitey" and chasing this white kid to his death in Harlem?
Yeah, it's all over the front pages of the New York papers. Murdered over money. Cops' motive was robbery, not race.
Of course it was.
4 charged in NYU student's death. So what happened? NYU student was uptown in Harlem, and
uptown for some stupid reason. What the hell is he doing up there?
Because he was one of those dumb people that believes that you're gonna be okay and that you shouldn't believe what you hear about bad neighborhoods.
Right.
He meant well. He figured, hey, it's okay. I mean, not that he was in the neighborhood robbing cars with his friends.
Right.
And it's not like a bunch of guys chased him with a bat and hit him.
And ended up in jail and not released.
Fucking Fat Nick, who is obviously an ass, beat a guy with a bat and yelled nigger or something like that. And he's been in jail for months. Every day on the front page, hate crime, race crime. Okay, fine. 3 scumbags robbing cars in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
This is a guy who's walking, gives $1 to a homeless guy. 5 or 4 black kids chase him. One of them yells, "Get Whitey" or "Get the white boy." He runs to his death in the car like Michael Griffith did in Brooklyn, and there's not one mention of a hate crime other than the fact that we don't think it's a hate crime.
Yeah.
When will blacks be held to the same level of accountability on racial issues as whites are?
They won't.
I mean, they're arrested criminally, but I'm talking about the way the media covers it and when they're charged with hate crimes. Why will they not be charged with hate crimes like white people are? It's sickening.
Here's what the NYPD said. Said it's not a hate crime because the motive here was robbery. Now, if it, again, you could turn the situation around. It's a bunch of white guys robbing and chasing a black guy. Doesn't matter what the initial motivation was or anything. it is going to be a hate crime. Absolutely.
And Fat Nick's motive and those guys in Brooklyn, their motive was to get these guys out of the neighborhood because they were there robbing cars. And they knew they were robbing cars. There were thugs who saw other thugs.
It's admitted.
They admitted that they were doing that. So why is that motive still considered a hate crime when these guys were admittedly committing a crime? And this guy gets off a train, gives $1 to a homeless guy. He's meek, so they attack him and they chase him to his death.
So he ran into traffic, basically.
And was killed.
And he was killed. Why was he up there? Anyone know?
I don't know.
Who the hell knows? There's no reason to be up there.
Does he live up there? I mean, I don't know if he lives
they're
up there.
already interviewing, like, uncles and stuff of the criminals.
It was at night. Oh, yeah, I saw that.
And they're good boys. And
they're all good boys. They do good in school, and they're not killers. And yes, they are. They're thugs, you idiot. Maybe if you saw that, they wouldn't be doing it.
And the front page.
Put your hand upside their head.
Front page of Wolfpack and the Teen Thug Squad, but not one mention of the race. Not one mention of the race of the victim or the racial motive of the attackers.
Yeah.
It just doesn't exist. And I'm not saying, I don't want black people calling and going, we're always arrested. I'm not saying you don't get arrested or charged. I'm talking only about when it comes to biased crimes, which are considered racially biased crimes.
You'll never say it.
Never. No. Never. Because according to and it doesn't matter if you're liberal or conservative in the paper, the Post is fairly conservative, and they cover it the same way. Mm-hmm. The Daily News doesn't even show their faces.
No. Perish the thought.
But they won't cover it that way. Newspapers will not push the racial angle.
Well, someone's going to tell you why it isn't a hate crime. Jason in Tennessee. Jason.
Yes, sir.
Well, go ahead, Jason.
First, can I just say how much I've only had XM for a couple of days.
Oof.
And I never heard of O&A before, except I did hear that New York sex thing.
Yeah, everybody.
Yeah, everyone has heard about that.
Thing.
It's pretty funny. But the reason why it's not considered a hate crime, if you actually look at the actual legal definition of the hate crime that Congress passed, it doesn't include Caucasians.
Oh, really?
It only includes minorities and homosexuals.
That's hilarious. It's probably the truth, right?
Probably
is.
Oh, of course.
John Cornyn, representative from New York up there, he was on the Sean Hannity program years ago when it first came out talking about it. It doesn't include white people.
Well, that's there really is an odd white arrogance in that. It's like there is a really weird thing like it's a certain thought process to be hateful, and if you're doing things as a black or Puerto Rican, you're not really thinking it through as a hate thing. It's more of like a visceral reaction,
right?
Yeah,
almost like an animal reacts.
Right.
There really is a weird white arrogance in that.
Yeah. The white, liberal white people are usually very.
It's the fucking yuppies,
coddling.
man. They run the country.
All right, Jason.
The yuppies run the country. Wow, that was a tough talk in 1986. Shut up.
Yuppies.
The yuppies.
I think it's the hippies.
Exactly.
Tell you the truth.
They're not even called yuppies anymore.
No one calls them yuppies.
That word went away.
I'm going to go back to goddamn beatniks. I'll tell you.
That guy's rebelling. Don't tangle with him. The yuppies, man. Whoa, easy, dude.
He must have been playing Trivia Pursuit over the weekend. Yuppies. Paul on Long Island. Paul.
Yeah, what about that guy? Remember he murdered that lady in the parking lot, and he called her like a white bitch? Where'd he go?
I don't remember. Who remembers?
Those crimes disappear. The guy that he admitted that he was out looking to kill white people.
Yeah, and he shot her. Yeah.
That was in a mall parking lot, right?
Yes.
In Westchester, I believe?
They even if they are blatantly racist, they just go away. They don't linger like that. You know, Fat Nick will be in the paper again. That'll come up every time some other new thing comes up in his case. It pops up in the paper as, racist idiot says that. The guy pulls out a bat, goes after some thugs in his neighborhood who are robbing vehicles.
Who are admittedly robbing vehicles in the neighborhood.
In jail. He's still in jail.
We got Fountain.
Fontaine. Hey, boys.
Hi.
What's up?
Hey, I might not sound like it, but I'm a black guy, and I don't think that was a hate crime
your
either.
name gave it away, obviously.
Why is that, sir?
I just don't, but I guess my point is I don't think the Fat Nick thing was a hate crime either. Fat Nick probably didn't like black guys, but the guy was just protecting his neighborhood.
In the same sense, hate crimes are like anytime there's any type of racial tension, they consider it a hate crime. It's you're right. Nick probably didn't like. I don't know if he liked black guys or not because he was in like a rap video or something, some local rap video. I think he was one of those white guys that thought he was kind of like an Italian guy, but he was also kind of like a black thug type mentality. I don't think he hated black guys. Just like these guys probably did target him because he was a meek looking. I mean, I'm looking at this guy. I want to rob him. I mean, you can't not want to rob him.
Very robbery. looking.
I'm talking not even as much about the NYPD and their charges. It's much more the way the media handles it.
I saw the front page of Newsday. I thought we lost Travis over the weekend.
Yeah, I know.
It really looks like Travis.
Oh,
it really does look like Travis.
Throw a little headset on him.
Travis cleaned up. Travis with a nice shave.
Yeah, dude. I'm talking more. The more importantly to me is the way the media just handles it so obviously. And they're so afraid. It's like white people love to. It's almost like whenever there's a racial thing, and this is, I think, conservative whites fall on this too. They love to beat themselves, like in self-flagellation, self-punishment, and that's what that is. It's about. It's almost like, yes, we were bad for so long. Yes, we were wrong. Yes, we're sorry.
Yes.
It's like, all right, we get the picture.
All right, we got the audio of the story for the rest of the country here. It's a big one today for New York City.
And it's not often you use the words 13-year-old and 15-year-old in the same sentence as murder and attempted robbery. But that's exactly what cops here at the 25th Precinct are doing. They're saying that 8 days ago, these 4 kids chased an NYU junior into the street about 6 blocks from where standing, which caused him to get hit by a car, which caused him to die at Harlem Hospital days later.
Did they send the black reporter up to cover this?
They did, but did you notice what words he didn't use once? Not one mention by this fuck. They chased him, which caused him, not they chased him to his death, they caused him to run into the street, which caused him to get hit by a car, which wasn't
hit by a car at Harlem Hospital. Oh, imagine being wheeled into there. They probably didn't know what to do. Unless it's a gunshot wound up there, they're at a loss. The car probably ran over his foot and he died of an infection. What is that? I don't know. Cut his guts open and find a bullet. It's all we know how to do up here.
What's that? It's a white guy.
A white guy? What the hell? How do we work on him?
He wheeled him in.
Do you know how their innards are?
We don't know how to treat a white guy.
He wheeled him in. They said, "Doctor." Well, are people? How can anyone not understand how disgusting this coverage is?
Yeah, let's go.
So one-sided.
Well, now we got to hear it again.
And it's not often you use the words 13-year-old and 15-year-old in the same sentence as murder and attempted robbery. But that's exactly what cops here at the 25th Precinct are doing. They're saying that 8 days ago, these 4 kids chased an NYU junior into the street about 6 blocks from where I'm standing, which caused him to get hit by a car, which caused him to die at Harlem Hospital days later. New York City cops walked 3 of 4 teenagers they've charged with murder. Cops say 2 15-year-olds and 2 13-year-olds chased 20-year-old NYU student Broderick Heyman until a silver Mercedes slammed into him as he crossed 125th Street in East Harlem. And the teens reportedly screamed out anti-white slurs at the time.
It's a 13-year-old kid who's got A's in school, who's got awards for he made an essay the other day. He's got an award for that. He has a mistake. They gave him an award for attendance. This is a good kid. All those kids were good kids.
That's Louis Rodriguez. He's the uncle of one of the suspects, Bobby Guzman. Both he and Denzel Fell are just 13 years old. The 2 15-year-olds are Hassan Mayfield and Andre Johnson. All very young, facing very adult charges of murder in the second degree and attempted robbery in the second degree. Adam Friedman represents Andre Johnson.
He's doing all right. He's trying to be optimistic. We're looking forward to having all the facts in this case come out in court, and then the world will find out what he already knows, which he's not guilty of murder.
Earlier today, one suspect was not feeling well and was being taken to the hospital. At the same time, the other suspects were being walked. Nonetheless, all 4 are expected to be arraigned tomorrow morning at the Manhattan Criminal Courthouse in Lower Manhattan on those murder and attempted robbery charges.
Oh, that uppity nigger went and hit me on the head with a shovel.
Here's the uncle's comments by itself.
It's a 13-year-old kid who's got A's in school, who's got awards for he made an essay the other day. He's got an award for that. He has a mistake. They gave him an award for attendance. This is a good kid. All those kids were good kids.
All those kids were good kids.
Way to reach high. Get an award for
attendance and for writing an essay. Yeah, for showing up. That's the fucking things they hand awards out for in inner city schools.
He didn't write an essay. He made an essay. You hear the guy? He made an essay.
He made an essay.
And I feel bad for the kid. Obviously, he has AIDS in school. I mean, that's difficult to have at that age.
No, he said A's.
Oh. I misunderstood.
He just made friends with a Puerto Rican. He made an essay.
An essay, yeah. Hey, essay.
That's all that is, really.
Holy shit. I love the delusional relatives. They're all good kids. Are they good kids when they have video of them ransacking a McDonald's days before? turning over tables
They got
and
that?
cash registers. Yeah. How about when they tried to rob some other guy earlier, but thank God for that guy, a cop car came passing by and they stopped. They were just a roving gang of thugs, and regardless if their motive was robbery, if it then turned into a racial thing where they're screaming, get whitey, get the white guy, kill the white guy, whatever, it's a hate crime. Should be classified as a hate crime, should be written as a hate crime.
All right, let's go to Sean in Pennsylvania. Sean?
Yeah, man.
Hey.
Hey, what's up? I just want to say you guys rock. We listened to you back in Allentown. Right before you got banned from the air. We listened to you forever. But,
Is there really anything else to do in Allentown except listen to this show?
No. Well, they listen to the Billy Joel song all the time.
Oh, yeah.
That's all they do. Dang, 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 clang, clang, dang. You must love that whistle.
Yeah, are you guys still proud of that Allentown song?
No, not at all, bro.
Well, we're living here in Allentown. You tell someone you're from Allentown, and all they do is bring up that stupid fucking song. Enough with the stupid Allentown song.
And you do realize they'll never sing another song about Allentown ever,
and they're closing all the factories down. Yeah, you know something, Billy? They all open back up. We're doing fine here.
That's right.
Could you write another song? We're living here in Allentown, and it's pretty okay now.
Yeah. I went down to Starbucks and got my coffee.
That's with Allentown.
Hey, come on, it's Allentown.
Hey, it's Allentown.
You gotta love it. Here it is for the 1,000th time. Allentown. And they fixed the streets up pretty good. No more potholes.
Painted all the houses in the neighborhood. Everyone's working. We're okay.
Yeah. So the steel mills closed down a few years ago. But now we got a Walmart and a Starbucks and other places to work.
Maybe you can go down to Home Depot or perhaps Bob's.
Everything's fine. Fucking Billy Joel cursed your town. He cursed the place.
You know, I hate any type of pipe clanking in a song. Not
Clank.
3 times.
Clank.
Not 3 times is one of our all favorite songs. Who doesn't love Knock 3 times?
Twice on the pipe. Who can't take twice?
But when he does twice on the pipe, clank,
clank, clank. Come on.
I get the douche chill and have to turn the song down.
It's if the answer is no.
Well, let's say hi to Sean.
Not 3 times.
I don't mind saying that, or if the answer is no, and then Dawn chimes in, I love you. That's kind of nice. But I hate with the clanking of the pipe.
Twice.
PR chick downstairs is whacking on a pipe. We get it.
Shawnee.
Hey, what's up?
No, Poppy, I don't love you.
Clang, clang.
Just jump in, Shawnee. Go.
Yes, Sean.
Sorry,
All right,
sweetie.
man. I think this whole racist shit up in New York, it happens all the time everywhere else. This is the reason why white people started having their racist issues. This is a complete thing because no one else is charged with it. We do.
It is very counterproductive to race relations.
Yes, but I will disagree, sir, with you. Sir, can I disagree with you that this is not why white people started having their racist things back when they were bringing Africans over and beating them? That's not because it was retaliation for hate crimes. It was kind of a one-sided shitty thing. You got to be accurate.
You really didn't want to work very hard in the fields back then.
Yeah, I can't blame blacks for that. I'm talking about media coverage now.
All right, let's go to Chad in D.C. Chad.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, Chad.
About 2.5 years ago, I was coming out of a club in Southeast, and it happens to be a gay establishment on the weekend, and I got the shit beat out of me.
Oh, Jesus. Don't think that's necessary.
That's terrific.
For being a gay gentleman?
Yes, I did. And the gentlemen who were charged with it were charged with aggravated assault, hate crime, and they did not. They pled it down. They weren't charged with a hate crime, but it was pled down from aggravated assault, no jail time.
You didn't come walking out of the place with chaps with no ass in it, did you?
No, I left those home.
How many guys were there?
There were 3 of them.
And you knew that they were just targeting you for that reason?
Oh, yeah, they said it. Fucking faggot. It's kind of clear. 6 broken ribs in the hospital, and they play it down.
Sometimes they probably throw in charge like hate crime just so they have one more thing to throw at them to get them to plead to what they want to get them to plead to.
You poor gay guys. You know why? Because it's never a gay hate crime where it's like, well, 3 gay guys beat the shit out of some construction workers today, and it's a hate crime. It's a hate crime against straight people.
All gay guys do is just kind of keep their neighborhoods nice. They don't fuck with anybody.
Neighborhoods except each other, which is fine.
Yeah, who cares?
You like man-ass, why should you get the shit beaten out of you?
They're all handsome fellas. I'd rather have them fucking each other than banging the girls I'm going after, because I have no... If all gay guys turn straight, I am now 10 millionth on the list.
Right.
You'd be in deep trouble.
Dude, I'm in awful trouble as it is, and I got to compete with Hawk. If I got to compete with a fucking washboard abs Chelsea gentleman, I'm fucking finished.
Who just know how to relate to women and
Holy
everything.
Shit. Oh, your hair looks good. Thank you.
He complimented my shoes. I wasn't even thinking about him.
I didn't know you had feet. I thought you were just a stumpy floating creature with a pussy.
Yeah, we don't look down at the shoes now, do we?
Care less.
That's for you.
Gay guys,
That's
they
for all
notice
the ladies,
in a
I guess.
second.
Hey, so this story has some legs, as they say in the biz. So we'll see what happens with the NYU student's death.
Travis will call
Hey,
him.
really fast, because it's another crazy story that happened out on Long Island, North Amityville.
Oh, God.
House?
Yeah, there was a little house party going on, a birthday party, and a girl, I guess she was 14?
14.
She goes over there to have a good time. It's the suburbs of Long Island, by the way, the South Shore of Long Island. Might remember a movie called The Amityville Horror. This is just north of there.
Right.
Amityville Horror House, right on the water. You go just north of that, and you end up in some place called North Amityville, which seems to have gang problems.
Hence the Amityville Horror.
The Amityville Horror is truly north of the house.
Because you're just trying to live your stupid life.
Right, you're trying to live your life, and you moved into this little place called North Amityville maybe 20 years ago or something. Everything was fine and dandy.
I should have done better on my SATs.
Oh, what happened?
I live in North Amityville.
North Amityville. So she goes to a
With
party.
the animals.
Dancing around, having fun. And then all of a sudden this gang that's in the area, the Browns they're called, they come rolling up if I may use the lingo, and come to this party. They are told by the party goers to leave the party, get out.
Why? Anthony made a great point in the back office. A gang shows up at your party, don't tell them to leave.
You hand them the biggest pieces of cake.
Yes.
You welcome them, give them whatever they want.
Give them grandma.
Yeah.
Give them toss them grandma.
Give them grandma. Give them whatever the hell they want.
Gentlemen, you with the Tech 9, would you care for some punch?
Some punch is right there. Take off your color. No, we'll leave them on. Whatever you want to do. Walk around the house, have some cake, have grandma. Everything. Give them whatever they want. What they did was they started chanting some derogatory terms to the gang to make them leave. As they were leaving, they told them to go.
Oh, that's smart.
And then they chanted at them as they left.
And I bet you at that point the gang went somewhere else and just said...
The gang said...
Well, we weren't welcome there.
Like Butch from the Little Rascals. Come on, Worm. And they just peacefully left.
Right.
No, they fired a shot through the window, hitting this little girl in the neck where she died. Right there on the floor of this party, because again, just no respect for life. These fucking gangs, animals. That's how they deal with it, with being kicked out of a teen's birthday party. Real tough guys. And now a kid's dead, and this father's holding up pictures, crying of her and everything. And you just want to, smack him in the face too and go, don't you understand where you live? You can't let your kids go to parties. You gotta lock them away or move.
Yeah.
Move 5 miles south.
Or make believe you're not having a party when you're having a party.
Right.
Oh, no, nothing's going on in here.
Yeah. Nothing to see here.
Let's have the shades down.
Pull the shades down. Could you see them all? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Cars driving by.
Yeah.
To you. Happy birthday. But this is going on Long Island, which used to be, Long Island was your getaway. There wasn't one bad area on Long Island. But now they're all branching out the gangs. Mm-hmm. You got gangs whose names I won't even mention there in parts of Brentwood and other things.
Yeah.
And it's just a scary situation.
And meanwhile, who's crying about her race being violated is this fucking bitch Democrat who stopped and allegedly assaulted a cop in the Congresswoman McKinney. Did you hear the audio? It makes you want to vomit. There was audio. I guess all this is recorded. I don't know if it was this incident or another incident where a cop had stopped her going through, and he's the fucking most polite man on the face of the earth. Oh, I'm sorry, man. Please forgive me. And this fucking twat is going, oh, when is this going to end? He's going, oh, forgive me,
When is this going to end?
Sorry.
Perhaps when people stop running in with guns or bombs, then the security will end. But until then, have your fucking name tag out with your ID on it. Do the proper procedure that everyone else goes through in the place.
And there's audio of this?
There's audio I heard on the news of her. I don't know if it was by this incident, but it was a cop stopping her, and he was the politest man on earth. But she didn't like to be disrespected. Mm-hmm.
You're not on the list, sir. I'll look again, sir. I'm sorry,
Right.
sir. I don't see your name on the list, sir. I'll check again, sir.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
sorry, sir. One of the most underrated scenes in King of Comedy.
And he wasn't a real actor.
No. I will look again, sir.
I saw the commentary.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, he wasn't a real actor.
He was a real security guy.
Security guy? Perfect. Played the part perfect.
We got a statement from Lou Cannon, the president of the D.C. chapter of the Fraternal Order of Police. It was in the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. He says there was no excessive force here. If she's trying to turn this into a racial issue, people should ask, why is she doing this? This is an insult to all police officers. This is an extremely serious charge you're making, Congresswoman.
Well, may I address that?
Well, let's let the Congresswoman respond, and then I'll bring you in, James.
Okay.
Well, I haven't made a charge. I just asked you to do a little bit of research.
No, but you're talking earlier about racial profiling and that there was racism involved in stopping you for questioning because you weren't wearing your congressional pin.
Now, Wolf, you know I didn't say that, so don't twist my words.
Well, tell us what you said.
Don't even begin to twist my words.
Tell us
and
what you
whatever
said.
it is that I said is already on the tape, so you can replay the tape. Now, I think it's probably good time now for you to bring in my attorneys.
Yeah, I bet it is.
This double-talking bitch. Oh, it was awful. Awful.
She dug herself in a little bit of a hole there.
Yeah.
What's the latest on that, by the way? That's kind of like last week's news.
It'll go away.
Yeah.
It'll go away.
She's so hated, though. Even Democrats
hate her.
She is
really, really hated. She's
she apologized for the incident on Thursday.
She's tainted herself.
They won't care in Atlanta. They'll still vote for her. Believe me, they don't give a shit. But I'm saying the rest of Congress, and no one's coming to her aid.
It's just why what you were being treated like everyone else, like a white person would be, like Asian, Hispanic, and black people are being treated when you walk into that building. Under the utmost of security, you should have your proper credentials and show them to the officer, and you'll get in. Why was she looking for any kind of special treatment? And when she didn't receive special treatment, and the officer stopped her and asked her, questioned her, she got violent with the cop, and apparently jabbed him with her cell phone.
They have a pen. They wear a pin. There's no ID badge. It's just a little pin. And she didn't have hers on, and he stopped her. And her argument was, why doesn't he recognize my face? And when you're a congressional
The cop
page,
said, you all look alike to me, but,
yes.
Sometimes to police officers.
And her hair was different. They showed a picture. And Wolf Blitzer, who I think is a groveling idiot when it comes to race, actually really was annoyed at her. And you know how fucking bad you have to be if you're black for a Wolf Blitzer to come after you?
She was so annoying. And so black.
And earlier in the interview, she said, I would like to commit with that stupid wide-eyed face of hers.
Oh, my God.
Holy shit, South Park face. She's like, I want to thank you, Wolf, for your fair coverage. You've been very fair, and I wanted to thank you. That was the first thing she said. And then she's telling him, don't twist my words.
Don't twist my words around. Play the tape. What did you say on the tape? Say it.
This is what dummy says. Whatever I said is on the tape.
Yeah.
Well, why don't you be honest and say it twice if it's honest?
Yeah, then say it again.
Repeat what's on the tape.
5 plus 5 is 10. I'll say that 50 times. It'll come out the same.
Mm-hmm. Let's go to Atlanta. Eric, what's up?
Good example.
Hey, morning, boys. How you doing?
Good.
Hey, just wanted to make a comment on what you said just a second ago, Jimmy. Everybody in Atlanta has turned against her. We are tired of her shit. She's pulled this shit locally in Atlanta, and it's actually nice to see her show her ass nationally for a change.
Well, she's a lot of you guys may have, but I don't think, judging by your voice, you're not Cynthia McKinney's demo.
The constituency.
Good word.
Actually, no, seriously though, even the blacks here have turned on her. Even like the black stations, they're actually they've been bad-mouthing her the past week. They haven't jumped on her bandwagon.
Okay.
It's kind of just nice to see them for a change, see things for what they are, and see somebody for what they are, especially when he's
sleazy politicians here in the South.
She's such an embarrassment. It's the worst argument. She's obviously so fucking wrong, and her argument is such garbage. It's almost like you can't back her. Her argument is so awful.
No matter how black you are, you can't back her.
This is about a hairdo? No, stupid. He didn't recognize you because your hair was different. And then you look at her picture, you go, wow, that's totally different. You're supposed to focus on your face. Shut up.
You're not that important.
You're not.
It's just about her not following procedures. I'm out, guys.
All right, thanks, Eric. Let's go to Alex in Atlanta as well. Alex?
What's up, fellas?
Hey,
I want to make something clear about Atlanta. This city fucking hates Cynthia McKinney. Remember, after 9/11, she was the one who came out when 9/11 was still really sensitive to talk about and started pointing fingers at George Bush right out of the gate. And everybody's looking around like, is she fucking serious? You gotta be kidding me.
Was she reelected after that?
She was.
Well, then they weren't sick enough of her.
You're right, but I got to tell you, all the white people in this city will purposely try to vote her out of office, and it's not working.
No, it ain't gonna happen.
All right, because that's not a big issue to blacks. Like as far as they're not looking at well, did she say something racially insensitive? They don't care about that.
Jeff in Indianapolis. Jeff.
Good morning, guys. How are you?
Pretty good, Jeff.
Actually, today, hitting the old racial whole slur here, there is an immigration march that I think just left the East Coast. We're supposed to have between 25 and 30,000 Mexicans marching the city for some kind of a douche reason of immigration.
Well, this is going to garner a lot of support for their cause. They're going to close down Lower Manhattan pretty much today. So if you work down there...
What he's saying, this is happening all over America.
Oh, it's happening all over. We
got one in New York City today in downtown Manhattan.
Huge one they had in L.A., and I guess that sparked it up. And
the radio stations got together.
Yeah, thank you.
What is this about? As far what illegal immigrants want fucking certain right? Go fuck yourselves.
They pretty much want the illegal immigrants who've been coming in here and working. Pretty much want amnesty. They want U.S. citizenship,
a
free pass. They've been coming in and supplying a service to this country that Americans don't want to do. They're getting paid for it, so someone's paying them. So obviously there's a need. So because of this, they want the legal American citizenship. They want to be given the benefits, the insurance.
They want the freebies. It's just like the whole deal with the Million Man March, or as you would say, the Million Man March. Now it's going to the different. It just makes me.
Well, here's the issue though with this problem. The government is saying, look, there are people that have been going through the proper channels for years, waiting to get U.S. citizenship. Why should we now just give you guys a free ride?
And all everybody does is complain about how awful the U.S. is. Well, then go fuck yourselves. Get out.
Get the fuck
Everyone complains about the U.S., and I don't have any problem. Look, when I was in L.A., I would go to drive to the studio in the morning, and I would go past this Home Depot, and there's all these Spanish guys outside, and I really felt bad for them. They're like Mexican guys, I think, because they want to work. They're out there. And when you drive up at the Home Depot, you're obviously doing work. So those guys will run up to you and they try to get work from you. So it's not like they're not lazy people.
That's happening all over America, by the way. I mean, they do that on Long Island. My brother used to be in the landscaping business, and he would drive by some of those places and pick 3-4 guys, jump in the back, and let's go.
They want to work. I mean, it's not like they're bums and they don't want to do anything.
Right.
It's the problem is if you want to immigrate legally, fine. I got no problem with it. But fucking this illegal shit, you don't pay taxes. That's why should you get benefits? You're not paying taxes.
Let's say...
Hey, guys, I love the show. Big supporter.
Bye, doll.
Thanks,
kiss,
man.
Kiss.
Right. Bye-bye.
Let's say some Mexican guy walks into a Dunkin' Donuts, right? And every day he takes the garbage and takes it out. Didn't say anything. The guy is there, the owner of the Dunkin' Donuts, and then the Mexican guy takes a donut and eats it. Nothing said. But the guy behind the counter goes, he took my garbage out. Fuck it. I'll let him take a donut. I see he steals it every day. We both know what's going on here, but nothing said about it. Then he comes in one day and demands a whole box of donuts. You'd look at him and go, look, dude, we both know what's going on here, right? But now you're asking me. It's not really worth the whole box of donuts, what you're doing for me.
But dude,
I'll get a guy, to take the garbage out. It's a secret little thing that isn't a secret. Illegal workers in this country. It's been going on for years. It's going to be going on for years. So don't fuck it up by trying to make it legal now and get rights. And you've been lucky that you're able to come over here, pick some lettuce, make some money that's worth a lot more down in Mexico, and it's worked out that way. Leave it alone.
I love the fact that there's a Border Patrol group that is like just burning a Mexican flag. And they said it's more about the Mexican government's policy of encouraging people to come over here than it is an attack on Mexicans. But you never see that. It's always people burning the American flag. It's always America stinks. And look, if you want to come in here and assimilate to American culture and you want to immigrate legally, I don't care where you're from, Haitians, good, come. But if you want to come here illegally and you want a free pass and all you want to do is not learn the language and fucking complain about American culture, and instead of assimilating to American culture, they want to change American culture and go to make it a fucking a second language culture. Go fuck yourselves. Yeah. No.
Hey, someone's saying we don't have our facts right.
Okay.
Dave in Ohio. Dave, what's up?
Wouldn't be the first time.
Dave.
Oh, what's up?
Dude, yes, turn the radio down, bro.
We're on a slight delay, man. Turn down the radio.
Hold on, turn the radio down.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah, please.
All right, Norton.
Yes.
All I wanted you to know is Cynthia McKinney didn't wear her badge. Keith Olbermann reported on his show like 90% of the congressional people do not wear their badges because they're that well known.
No, you know what? That's probably correct. And I'm not saying that you're supposed to know everybody's face. A lot of them don't, I'm sure. But then the point was raised that her hair was completely different. Even if it wasn't, it's almost like saying, when you get pulled over for speeding, well, look, everybody's speeding. I did have my facts. I didn't say everyone wears their little pin every moment.
Said she didn't wear it.
She didn't wear it, and he didn't recognize her.
And when you're called on it, then you're called on it.
When a cop tells you to stop for security reasons, you got to stop. You can't play the arrogance. And the bottom line is, another point that was raised was her hair was different. So you look at one picture, and you look at another picture, and she looks different. The hair is completely different. So it's almost...
I understand all that. You guys get on the radio every day, and you guys are talking about black and white. None of you are black. You ain't never been black. You don't have any idea what it's like to live in America as a black.
The Moors.
Listen.
Well, we are listening to you. What I'm saying is, I'm talking about basically media coverage, and you can't justify the idiocy that she's spitting out.
Okay, then what about the media coverage with your favorite person, Rita Cosby, who leads her show off, her whole entire show for an hour for the week at Daryl Littlejohn, talked about nothing but Daryl Littlejohn.
Yeah.
What about them two kids in Milwaukee that are missing? They're black. Ain't nobody talking about them.
That's true. Look, I don't know about those. I will say this. You can't argue that point.
Missing black kids aren't looked at in this country.
Keith Robinson does a really funny bit about how... who was the big soldier, like the popular Jessica? The white soldier, Jessica, whatever it was, the one that they rescued.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
He said that fucking poor Shoshana Johnson, I think her name was, right? The black soldier who was female, who was like killed or missing in action or whatever she was. Boy, they fucking blew her right out of the water. As soon as the white one went missing, they forgot.
The skinny little blonde.
Yeah, there's definitely truth to that coverage being inaccurate. Yeah. We're biased.
Here's all I really want to say. This is really all I want to say. I love your show. I love you, Norton. You're cool. But,
you didn't expect me to agree with you on that, did you?
No, I didn't at all.
We surprise you at times, don't we?
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
White people, black people need to understand that, like, just because something goes wrong, it's not racism.
Right.
But white people also need to understand how long racism has gone on. You have to understand why black people feel that way sometimes.
Are you saying, sir, that like black people sometimes overreact, and are you saying that white people sometimes don't see institutionalized racism when it exists because we're very used to it being there?
Exactly.
Okay.
All right.
Exactly. Exactly.
All right. Down with the Jews. I hear you, sir. Good point.
Right.
All right. Well, I appreciate it.
All right. Thanks, Dave.
See ya.
Let's go.
I didn't mean to interrupt you, Anthony. I'm sorry.
I don't even know.
You were
going to
say something.
I have no idea.
Give me a kiss.
Let's go to Poughkeepsie. Did I say it right, Jimmy? Poughkeepsie. Gambit, what's up?
Heyo. I was at Bananas to hand out stickers for Jim's shows on Friday.
Thank you.
And around 8, I overhear from downstairs, where is he? What do you mean he's not here yet? Does he know the early shows start at 8? There was talk of, finding another act if he didn't show up for the late shows. I look down 15 minutes later, and I see her on the phone. She goes, oh, thank God. Yeah, okay, we're 2 miles south from there. She hangs up. Someone else asks, where is he calling from? He's at the Starbucks.
Here's the beauty of
Jimmy.
No.
Were you late for your show because you were getting coffee?
No, you want to talk about a coincidence. They weren't talking about me. They were talking about a Canadian comedian named Jocko, who was it was Marina Franklin hosted.
Jocko?
They booked a guy named Jocko, a Canadian guy.
You played with a guy named Jocko?
Yes. Terrific. He did a good job. The crowd liked him very much. They had booked him a while ago to middle, so Marina comes up to host. And she goes on stage, apparently. Me and Kenny were coming from another hotel. And it's like 8:15. We stop in the Starbucks. And we call, and they say that the middle act's not here, so Marina's going to do a half up front. Can we get there a little sooner? So we walk into the Starbucks, and I'm so mad. I'm like, what the fuck is Jocko? That's the guy's name. I just go, Jocko. And then there's this black guy on the phone who turns around. It was Jocko.
It was Jocko.
His cell phone didn't work in the U.S., so he had to stop at a Starbucks and make a call. And it turns out it was the dumbest coincidence ever that we met the middle act in the thing. So he wound up, I felt bad for the guy. He was shaving in the car. What typical comedian? He gets into his underwear in the parking lot to change into a suit for these rapists.
Oh,
it's like, why? Have you heard this radio show?
He did his
Take your
act with
suit
a
off.
suit on?
Yeah.
Oof. How did Jocko do?
He did very well, actually. The crowd liked him a lot, and Marina kicked ass up front. She always fucking, I don't know, you'd never think that Marina, my crowds would love Marina, because she looks so unassuming and innocent, and she's just
very talented.
She's really good.
Marina's all right.
And the crowd loved her, so it was a good show. But that's what it was about, sir. It was about Jocko at the Starbucks.
Fair enough.
Bye, sweetie. Thanks for doing the sticker stop.
No problem.
And I heard you did very well, Jimmy.
Great, it was a great, oh, fuck, do I have to correct something? It was a great weekend, man. Poughkeepsie once again coming out, and huge Opie and Anthony fans. A lot of Ramon yells. It was great, dude. Right on.
Ramon.
Can I amend something? Because I didn't fuck up the Borgata did. My tickets with David Tell that I said were on Ticketmaster. Not Ticketmaster. Borgata 2 days ago, or a week ago, stopped doing business with Ticketmaster. So April 13th show, David Tell is now at theborgata.com is where you can get tickets.
You and Pearl Jam, man.
Yeah, man.
Why they got a problem with it?
Don't know. All I know is we went on sale at the Orpheum for the 12th. No problem. I get emails from fans. Dude, where is your fucking May 13th tickets? Where are they? Turns out the promoter didn't even know. They had just stopped doing business with Ticketmaster for whatever reason. I don't know if it was the charges or what it was. But, so now you can get them at Ticketmaster. Fuck Ticketmaster. So you can get them to Borgata.com for the...
All right, let's go to Roadkill.
Me and Attell.
Roadkill.
Yo, what's up, boys?
Hey, Roadkill.
Hey, Jimmy, man, what about that fucking hole on Friday night, 8 o'clock? Did she fuck it up or what?
Who?
That fat bitch who was sitting in front, who wouldn't stop talking.
Oh, I thought you were trashing Marina. I was going to really be rude. Oh, you mean there was a lady up front.
Oh.
I'm on stage, and there's this one guy, there was a fan, and I felt so... Once in a while this happens when you're performing, is like you have a loud chick in the audience, and you feel very bad for the guy she's with because he was like a hardcore listener, and she looked like Kathy Bates, and he was a nice dude. And dude, if you're listening, I wanted you to know the only reason that I didn't verbally decapitate that fucking loudmouth you were with is because I liked you. If you're out there, sir...
Dude,
the whole crowd hated her.
What was she doing?
Dude, she's a drainer of all that is fun. She was a fucking fat sponge. Just anything fun, she soaked up and just didn't allow out. She was like a black hole of good laughs and fun times.
So she wasn't laughing? She was commenting? What was she doing?
She was really drunk. She was like the third seat in, talking. So but she wasn't being rude. She was just chatting. So I would tell her,
That's being rude.
No, but I mean, she wasn't like saying rude things to me. She wasn't going, you suck, or you're not fun, none of that shit.
Hey, guys, she kept her fucking hand on her face, like shielding her eyesight from Jimmy.
Yeah.
And like looking at her friend across from the table and just kept going, what's everybody laughing at? He's not funny. Dude,
when's dinner?
Oh, I didn't hear her. If I would have heard that.
Oh, my God. Man.
If I would have heard that fatso, she was actually crying at the bar upstairs after they eventually she finally walked out because they finally kept going over and talking to her, and I liked the guy she was with. I felt bad for him. Kenny went over and talked to her, and the guy shook his hand. Thank you for not throwing her out, because this guy has to deal with this slob all the time.
Oh, this poor son of a bitch.
And he's not a dude. Just fucking dump this monster.
Yeah,
you don't need her. And she goes upstairs, and I heard she was crying in the bar after. She was a drunkard.
Good.
If I would have heard that. Dude, the fucking attack, I hated her guts. The attack, I would have fucking...
Plenty of them.
Yeah, plenty. I hated her 18 miles of intestines.
Man, she kept taking you out of your rhythm and everything. You kept looking at her, I could tell, man.
Yeah, I'll tell you why. Because the crowds were so good up there.
Yeah.
It was so fucking electric. And then just to look down and see this fat motherfucking head, instead of looking up at the stage at me, she's looking straight ahead. It's so distracting. I just wanted to go, get up and get the fuck out.
Yeah.
But again, the boyfriend was nice. And you can see this poor guy panicking. You ever been with a loud fucking chick? You want to just, okay, honey, keeps kicking her. She's like, stop kicking me.
Oh, no.
Fat twat.
You should have thrown chicken wings out of, like, begging strips. It's begging! Just shut her up every time she gets a little rambunctious.
But thanks, man. That's why I didn't attack her. I hated her guts.
All right, Roadkill, thank you.
Bye, dog.
Let's go to Eric in New York. Eric.
Good morning, boys.
Good morning.
Hi.
Sorry to make you wait. You've been on since we started, I think.
Yeah, that's all right. Just wanted to pass my condolences on Vito.
Oh, you think Vito's dead?
Oh, he's a goner.
I don't know, bro.
I don't know. They didn't show him being dead.
After being caught with that cap in that bar.
I missed The Sopranos. Tell me what happened, please.
Hilarious. I'll tell you why I disagree with you, dude. Because he made the call to Syl.
Yep.
That call to Syl tells you that he's still probably around.
It was also a little test, I think, to see if the other guys had ratted him out.
Absolutely.
You guys are teasing me. Tell me what happened.
All right.
How about Chase going with that story? Continuing with that story all the time.
I gotta be honest, I really am enjoying The Sopranos.
I like
this year.
this season, yeah.
I like it a lot, dude. I mean, it got a little weird in that one episode with the dream. It was like I felt the dream could have been done a little bit more concretely, but
yeah,
fuck, I love what's happening with these guys.
Finn's, fag.
How about this guy just kissing everybody?
And he went out, told his wife he was going on collections, and he goes to this gay bar.
Jesus.
Like, I mean, dude, hardcore, like right out of Cruisin' gay bar where they're all wearing the leather biker gear, the chaps with no ass in it. He's got like this leather bandolier vest on thing and the leather biker cap and stuff, and he's with some guy and they're dancing and he has to buy him a drink.
He goes, the guy got to buy you a drink, and the guy goes, you just did, and so he grabs him and
they start kissing on the lips a little bit. And then meanwhile there's a couple of crew guys in there collecting from the gay bar, and they walk in, old Dagos, and they're disgusted by the whole thing, and they go to the bar and pick up the money because they're shaking the place down, and they turn around and walk out, and there he is in his fucking leather gear and stuff, and they're like, what the fuck are you doing?
Vito?
Yeah, Vito.
Vito?
Vito.
God.
Vito, what the fuck are you doing in here? And he goes, it's a joke. It's a joke.
Dude, that guy's a really good actor, man. The way he played it off, it was like, it was such
You're
bad
a fucking faggot?
And the other guy goes, hey. The other guy who was talking to was like, what? Say. But the way he played it off, like when he was going, it's a joke. It was such an obvious not joke. It was really great, man.
And then they leave and they go.
Uncomfortable stare between him and Meadows' boyfriend.
Oh,
yeah,
God,
well,
he wants to, dude, that fucking pretty boy Vito wants to suck that metal banging dick. It's all he wants to do.
But they're leaving, and the thugs are like, hey, tell your wife we said hello.
And he goes, don't tell her, don't say anything,
hey, guys, don't. And he leaves, and then he goes to a hotel room with his gun, and you assume he's going to blow his brains out. He calls Silvio, and at like 3 in the morning.
Goes, hey, what's what?
Yeah, I think he was trying to feel out if the guys had called Silvio and said, what do you mean, what's what? He would have been like, hey, what the fuck, you faggot?
Yes.
So, I don't know. I was thinking he was going out to kill those 2 guys so they couldn't talk.
I'm not going to be surprised if he didn't.
He might do that.
Because Gandolfini said at the end, he goes, hey, I tried to call him, but he's not calling me back. So then you're like, oh, did he shoot himself? I don't think he shot himself simply because of that call to Syl.
Yeah.
I'm fucking caught up in The Sopranos for years. I wanted to spit in everyone's face.
I DVR'd it. I haven't seen it yet.
I'm fucking soap opera Sammy. I can't fucking stop.
The end of it's great.
And Anthony, you were telling me you loved the Dr. Melfi scenes this week.
Shut up. You know something? Let me tell you. I watch the clock because I love the show so much now. I always have. And I've always watched the clock when it's on and go, half hour, all right, I wonder what they're going to do. You had 20 minutes left. And you look, and 10 minutes are left. You're like, all right, some action at the end of this. So, Anthony, what do you think about your uncle? Shut up! Not the Melfi office set. They ought to burn the Melfi office set down. Burn it down. I don't use it. That fat load now, who is, and I'm not talking about Gandolfini.
Right.
I'm talking about Dr. Melfi. What happened? She sits there cross-legged with that boring delivery, the boring dialogue. The only thing entertaining that comes out of there is the occasional funny line that Tony will say. But for the most part, all right, the psych angle was great for the first couple of seasons. Dump it. Dump it.
I still think I don't think they go to it that much. I think they keep it to a minimum now.
Any is enough. I count the minutes. That's why when I say I look at the clock, now I look, all right, 9 minutes left. Great. A minute of wasted Sopranos time. And when they left the office for the first office segment of the episode last night, and they go right into the crew talking with each other, it goes from boring dreck to fucking hysterical. I love it.
It's just the only way. Here's what I like about it. The only thing I like to say about it that's good is it does get you into Tony's head, and it gives you a legitimate reason to hear inner thoughts that you like. The only other way to do that is for the cornball sit there and talk to yourself in the car.
A narrative thing. Or
there's no way to get those thoughts legitimately through that story.
I don't know. I think they've done a pretty good job of getting Tony's into his psyche there, just by what he does, his actions, his emotions, what he doesn't do. You know, the delays in what he's doing. You're pretty much getting into what his head's all about. The end of the episode last night, you didn't have to be in Melfi's office to realize what the fuck was going through his head, you know? He saw the crew looking at him as being a weak guy, didn't want that happening to him, and he acted on it. When he was standing there at the end, just eyeballing his crew.
Yep, that was great.
It was fantastic, looking like, all right, you know, I can't punch Tony. I can't punch Paulie Walnuts. He's pathetic. Fucking this fat bastard's all, you know, drunk off his ass. This guy's falling asleep. And then he looks at the big fucking bull.
But he's looking at the tattoos, the muscle. It's almost like he's looking at these fucking men and going, I have to dominate these guys.
Yeah.
And these are fucking men.
Because they're starting to question my authority.
A good friend of mine was actually in The Sopranos. I was very jealous. He played the guy at the wedding. There was what was John? His daughter got married. And my buddy Joey Vega, who's a comedian I've known for years, is standing there. He's the guy doing the check, putting all the shit in the. You got to put your rings in here, sir. He had a scene.
Really, that was him.
He had a scene with fucking Paulie. He had a moment with Paulie and a moment with Gandolfini.
Yeah.
I was fucking so jealous.
Wow.
Meadow. He had to do dialogue with fucking. With Meadow.
That was him, the prick guy at the metal detector?
Yeah, Joey Vega. He's a comedian. He's a good friend of mine. And I was so fucking jealous. But here's what I love about The Sopranos, too, is the guy, John, the boss, the fact that his wife is really fat and their daughter's really fat.
Oh, my God, was that great. And the other daughter is anorexic.
Yeah. Is that all we talk about is food in this family?
She's smoking and she's wafer thin.
But that is so great. They don't glamorize. That's exactly the way life is. One guy's a fag, one guy's got a fat wife, one guy's in therapy with a bullet wound in his stomach. I mean, it's like it's so unglamorous. It's great.
That whole wedding scene. Last night's episode,
I'm pissed
very
off
good.
I missed it.
The
really
wedding scene, the cops being there, how they ended it, where they just pull in front of her limo leaving, and disgrace the father in front of everybody like that.
And you want to murder the cops for doing that. You want to murder those marshals.
All right, let's say how to benefit.
Crying like a woman.
Yeah.
And then all the guys together crying like a woman.
Frank Vincent.
Hey, Ben, what's up?
Hey, what's up? I just wanted to say, in the preview, like 2 weeks ago, they said that they showed a picture of Vito hanging out by the pool table, and Tony, like, snaps the stick. And they said it was like a preview for the whole season, so it kind of gets you an idea that, you know, he might still be around.
Yeah, because that hasn't happened yet?
Yeah.
Oh, way to spoil it for everybody.
Maybe. Well, I think if he was dead, they would have shown it, probably.
Yeah, they built it up.
It's too obvious. All right, thank you, sir.
Who's that other guy that's kind of been taking care of Tony? The fat, bald-headed guy.
I don't know.
He's hysterical, man. He had some great dialogue last night. They all did. A bunch of Italians, mobsters getting together like that. Some great dialogue. And then, what's his name there? Christopher, getting a little mouthy. He's getting a little mouthy.
It was good, dude. I love, dude.
Watch
On Demand. is the greatest invention ever. It's just genius to have your show available like that so people can still catch your show without being... I mean, DVR is going to do it anyway. I just DVR it and watched it later.
Yeah, but you get it on demand.
That was so good, dude. I was really
It's like the movie. Which one? One. They don't even have to say Godfather. It's like the movie. Which one? One.
Let's go to Kevin in Connecticut. Kevin.
Hey, I just wanted to say we did get that one funny scene from Melfi last night when Tony sits down and he goes, hey, any chance I get that mercy fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, but just the fact that he wants to still bang her.
Hi, Anthony.
Oh,
shut up.
A bit.
They were going to find it, Henry. What, your acting classes?
She sits there. I don't even think they're in the same room doing those scenes. The way it's cut really doesn't even look like they're in the same room. She's just sitting there with her straight shot with her stupid crossed leg. Looks like she did all of her scenes like you do voiceover for cartoon.
Oh, wow.
You just sit down, here's your lines, read them, and then they kind of put Tony in the chair like he's talking. I don't think they're in the same room.
Hey, Mark, what's up?
Hey, boys. Hey, what were you doing last night that you didn't watch The Sopranos? You guys talk about it every Monday morning. I look forward to it. What was better for you than The Sopranos?
Good point, sir.
I was in the middle of the Sweet 16 marathon on MTV.
Not with that fat bitch.
I gotta let you go then, because that is a great goddamn show.
You watched Sweet 16?
Oh, who can't? I love it.
I had some personal shit I was dealing with last night.
Sweet 16.
I didn't hear that.
No big deal. Nothing really worth bringing up on the radio. But I missed The Sopranos. But I got DVR'd. I'm ready to go. I'll watch it later today.
Oh, was it the same?
And Ant didn't ruin it for you.
Nah,
you know what?
All right.
It's cool. No worries.
You gotta see it.
Because we gotta talk about it on Monday, you know. It's my fault I didn't catch it last night.
All right, punch it out, boys.
All right, Mark. You watch Sweet 16?
I love that
We
show.
gotta get audio of Sweet 16.
It's these rich little...
Dude.
Spoiled brats on their 16th
I look around
birthday.
this room. I look around the office. I look around... how pissed off are you? Because we grew up with nothing, got nothing.
Yeah.
Everything we do have in our lives, we worked our balls to get. And most people out there, same fucking thing.
Yeah.
These little girls are so delusional.
They get cars for their birthday. They have these parties that are set up like...
you hear Levert's daughter there?
Levert.
Carissa, what? I don't even know. Larissa, Lorena...
I have no idea what their names are. I just know what their parties are about.
Right.
Which one was it?
It was the one where she's like, if I don't get the Mercedes, there's going to be a problem.
And the father's all like, you know...
Yeah, well, it's daddy's little
get you
girl.
the Volkswagen.
And she's like... She's going to sing at her Sweet 16 party.
Yeah.
And the father who has all the talent, he's one of the Leverts, I guess, whose father was in the OJs. It's like musical, history there. He's got all the money. And so he wrote a song for his daughter that she's going to perform at the Sweet 16 party.
It was supposed to be like a big record release debut kind of party themed thing.
Right. And she arrives on the red carpet. She wanted to be late like all the other superstars, so she arrives late.
Yeah.
And the red carpet, there's no one there, and they actually have a sound effect of wind.
Because they'd already all gone inside.
No one gives a shit. And there's like three like old aunts with like throwaway cameras. They don't even have like digital cameras taking her picture on the red carpet. So that made me happy because,
something went wrong.
So
wait, hold on. Were there celebrities at the party?
No.
I'm not sure.
Some of the Sweet 16s, yeah, they get like Puff Daddy and then Bow Wow and all that.
Depends on who the parents know.
Right.
But this one, no. She just wanted it set up like a celebrity red carpet so she could arrive on a red carpet.
Right. Ew. And who are they actually photographing? Just her dumb family and friends going in?
Just her.
No, but I'm saying the photographers were there. And
they weren't there. That's the beauty of it.
Not photographers,
no, that's the beauty of it. The one I saw,
family.
She was so late there were no photographers. I don't think there were photographers to begin with.
Oh, okay.
And there was this huge red carpet that they spent a bloody fortune on, and she didn't even get to enjoy.
How great is that?
So the father writes a song for her, and now she's going to perform it at her Sweet 16 party, and she's practicing behind the scenes, and she thinks her shit don't stink because her whole life her daddy's telling her how great she is and stuff. She's got a belly like just sticking out like Buddha.
Ooh.
And she's performing going, watch out, Beyonce, watch out. Here comes Carissa, whatever the hell her name was.
Awful.
Fucking delusional bitch. And each one of these Sweet 16 parties is better than the last one you saw.
Just so much money being poured into it, and the kids are delusional. This is like they have no concept of reality.
They're doing a Sweet 15 party. I didn't get to see the end of that one, but she said she wanted to be helicoptered in and lowered into the party.
She should be like Omar in Scarface.
And because they wouldn't lower her into the party, she's like, then I don't want the helicopter. Let's go to Lou in Virginia. Lou, what's up?
That's Taylor.
Well,
whatever. Whoever you are, talk.
Hey, Taylor.
I think Opie just summed up his personal philosophy in a few words. It made me happy because something went wrong.
Absolutely.
Punch it out.
Yeah, that's her. Absolutely. But you watch the Sweet 16. We got to get audio to do this show justice because they're just spoiled brats to the 10th degree. So awful. All right, we'll get into Sweet 16 talk a little later. We got some big guests outside the studio today.
Yes.
Everybody is here. So all right. We'll get into some Sweet 16 talk down the road, but we have Anna Faris is here from Scary Movie 4. And David Zucker's coming in today? That is huge.
One of the Zucker brothers. That's
Airplane,
fantastic.
come on.
Of course.
Who didn't see Airplane? That started this whole craze.
Yes.
Or was it Police Squad?
That too, yeah.
But which came first? I don't remember now.
Airplane.
Airplane and then Police Squad?
Airplane is probably the most stolen from movie conceptually. I mean, 'cause it did something and everybody took it.
I haven't seen that movie in a few years. Does it hold up, Airplane?
Yeah, I mean, it's like...
With the right drugs.
It's like a lot of things. Like
Vicodin.
You see it done right in Airplane, like the silly shit that because Leslie Nielsen's just the master of that. And then it makes you hate the other films that stole from it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just hilarious.
All right.
I think it still holds up. That emaciated fucking blowing up the stupid co-pilot. Child molesting jokes. It was great.
I loved that movie when it came out. It was just so different than anything else that came out before it, as far as comedies go.
Yep.
But Sweet 16, I didn't know you were watching that.
Yeah, who could miss it?
All right.
They're awful girls.
A whole new season starts. So we're gonna have to get the audio.
Right.
And there she is. Yeah, what's her name? Clarissa.
You ever go to one?
Look at her Buddha belly.
She looks like Thea Vidal.
Did I ever go to a Sweet 16?
Yeah.
No.
I was going out with a girl that was turning 16 when I was
32.
No, I was like 20. I was like 20. Oh, that's embarrassing to be at. Oh, the father wanted to kill me.
Try being 22 at a senior prom. I never went to my own proms. I dropped out of high school, and I was dating a girl in high school. I had to go to her stupid prom. She's 17, I'm 22. All
right, that's not that bad.
16, 20.
That's 17 to 22 is really bad.
It's creepy.
It's creepy.
Because high school years are weird.
Dude, she's just turning 16. I'm 20. And I'm the boyfriend. And I'm downstairs in the basement where they're like having high C and playing dopey little games, and I'm like working.
Were you embarrassed?
I have a job. Yes. I just wanted to get out of there and fuck. And it was just the worst thing. Everyone, and I think something bad happened, and she started crying. And there I am, 20 years old, with my newly 16-year-old girlfriend crying her eyes out at her Sweet 16 party.
Oh my God.
With a father that wanted to shoot me.
I'd kill for that these days.
Fantastic.
16-year-old to hug.
All right, we're going to have to talk about this further. We got Anna Faris waiting out there. We really got to take a break. Regroup. We'll come back with Anna Faris from Scary Movie 4. And later this morning, David Zucker. That is really cool, man. Big fan of David Zucker from the Naked Gun movies and Airplane and Police Squad.
And Scary Movie 4.
And all the scary movies, or a few of them anyway. I don't know if he did all of them. I know he did this one and probably the last one, I'm thinking. The first two, I'm not sure if he was involved.
He did 3 and 4.
Okay, cool. Let's get out of here for a bit. We'll continue.
Let's see how this comes out. All right?
They're right there. All right, here we go.
I got a break. Put it over the face.
Ah, this is nice.
This is a story about a man, and he always was so lonely at night. But his voice was rowdy. You could hear it all through his train
Let's go while we're young.
It's late at night, and I have nowhere to go. My money's gone and also all my friends. And the cop says to me, "Hey, you smell bad, get out of here." And he says, "And you know I have an angel." And he said, "That angel, shelter me from the pouring rain. You have homes. This is my life. I'm living with so much pain. Shelter me from the pouring rain. You have homes. This is my life. I'm living with so much pain." That's just a little piece.
All right, you're checking out the Opie Anthony program. Let's get Anna Faris in from Scary Movie 4. When does that come out? Next week? This week? Friday? Something? What? Hello? Me? You? Everyone else?
We have a release date.
Friday, Scary Movie 4 will be in theaters. Anna Faris. I know you.
Oh.
I know. Celebrities are such an odd thing. They walk in and you're like, "Hey, I know you."
Hey, don't you know me? I know you.
I'm not quite sure I'm a celebrity.
I've seen you. You're a celebrity.
You're a celebrity. Who are you kidding?
Stop it. Is that your natural hair color?
No.
Is it black?
No, it's like an
Is it
ashy.
brown?
It's like the color of a mouse.
Really?
Yeah, it's like, just like an ashy.
That's like mousy
color.
brown, then they call that?
Well,
you don't want to call it that.
I prefer to call it dirty dishwater blonde.
Yeah.
It's sexier.
Because you had black hair in a few of your movies.
Yeah.
And I thought you had black hair. And you wear black hair very
did.
well.
Oh, thank you.
But you wear blonde hair well, too.
Thank you.
She wears everything well. Look at her.
I know. I'm a big fan.
This is
I'm
sweet.
gushing now. I gush.
We're a big fan of girls.
Whenever we have girls in it, guy celebrities can walk in, been in movies, they sit in that seat, and we're just like, "Hey, dude, what the fuck?" Yeah. Girls sit there and we're all of a sudden
all of a sudden we're back in high school and we're the nerds
at the lunch table.
Yeah.
You want my crumb cake?
And we finally admitted it because we've been doing radio for many years. And when the guy celebrity comes in, no problem. It's like the guy's hanging out. We could get a lot out of him. And then we see a pretty girl sit down and we just lose it. We have gotten better though in the last month or two, I think.
Yeah, we had Mila Jovovich in.
Oh, wow.
And she'd be considered a pretty girl.
Oh, yeah.
And I think we did pretty okay with her.
And she's really charming, right?
Yeah.
She's like a really,
She's also on something, I
think she's out of her mind, but
oh, really?
That's in a charming way. She's crazy.
Okay.
Which is pretty cool.
We did have her on the floor at one point. She fell
out of her chair, which was good.
Yeah, so I guess that's a good sign. We had a good interview.
Like a tough chair to fall
That is
out
the
of,
worst
too.
chair to sit in.
You have to actually laugh and push back and have a stroke at the same time and fall out of that chair.
So where do we begin with, Anna Faris?
I didn't know you were in Brokeback Mountain.
Yeah. I have a really small role.
Was it a small role? What was it?
Did you see the movie?
Yes. You know something? I am proud to say yes, I saw it.
We don't need to see it. He and I live it.
When I came in and said that I had seen it, this group of guys just looked.
Look at Anthony.
Oh, you did the gay cowboy movie. And they're like, how'd you like it?
Anthony used to be the leader of the movement. Now he's
No, the movement.
Are you trying to be sensitive, Anthony?
I'm trying.
You used
and
to
then
be the leader.
Fans call up and they're like, well, how'd you like it? And I said, I thought it was great. It was a love story. It just happens to be between two men. It covers a lot of time and it's great. And I caught more shit from people. Let's go to Bob on line 3. Fucking faggot. You can't just appreciate a movie for what it is.
I'd rather watch Bench Warmers.
Stop.
Nothing?
I didn't see it.
No. Nothing.
It's like another bomb.
Who did you play in that? I was so fixated on the cute gentleman.
I actually I look really different in the movie. I'm in a big wig but I play I'm towards the end, I'm in a couple scenes where I talk the whole time during both scenes. I'm just talking.
Really?
And
Are you like an extra or something in the movie?
No.
Are you like just in the
No.
background talking?
No, but
Well, there's my excuse to watch it again. I
gotta see what she did in
it's sort of
Brokeback.
implied that my husband has an affair with Jake Gyllenhaal.
Oh, okay. Now I know.
Yeah, I'm in a dance hall and talking away.
Now I remember.
Yeah.
But now everybody, of course, knows you for the parodies. The scary
Oh.
movie. Yeah. You're on your
classics.
You're on number 4. Well,
Yeah.
they're very funny.
No, I think so too. I'm really happy to be a part of them. We have a great time making it.
Yeah, they don't get old because it's like there's new stuff to goof on
Always.
with everyone.
Yeah.
I saw the trailer for the new one. It looks very funny.
Looks really
good.
Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah, it
Some
is.
new things. Who makes cameos in this one?
Let's see. Well, we've got Dr. Phil and Shaquille O'Neal. And
Does Dr. Phil, for the trailer, it looks like he curses. Do we hear a curse from Dr. Phil's mouth,
know-
or does he fall on the floor before the curse comes out?
He might, because, we're PG-13, so I don't know how much
He's not
we can...
cursing.
No,
Dr.
He's probably
Phil's not
he's probably not cursing.
No
but I will
F-bombs?
say that
No.
he did curse a lot during the shooting of...
Really?
Yeah.
To the staff?
Yeah,
Or
just
for
like,
fun?
yeah.
He's potty mouth?
Yeah.
Of course Dr. Phil is. He's a dirty boy when he's not on TV. Who are you kidding? That guy's got some action going on when the cameras aren't rolling.
Who else you got in there?
We have, let's see, Craig Bierko, Chris Elliott, Regina Hall, of course. Carmen Electra is back, and she's really sweet and funny and humiliating herself, which we all are, but it's great when hot girls can do that.
And you worked with Zucker?
Yeah, David Zucker.
Yeah.
And
how is that? I mean,
he's great.
gotta
He's
be a
like
fan
a
of his
kid.
movies.
Yeah, he's just such a kid. He's always giggling behind the monitors.
Well, he's got that dopey sense of humor
I
that
know.
like people love, you know.
I know.
And it comes off as they call it lowbrow,
Yeah,
immature, and it's hysterical.
Yeah, he's always forgetting to call cut. So his assistant will always have to say, David, the scene's over.
supposed to be working here.
yeah.
He's just thinking of the DVD
Yeah.
extras, maybe. Something, the outtake.
I don't know I don't know where his mind wanders off to. But who else is in this? Oh, Leslie Nielsen, of course. Chingy makes a brief appearance. And oh my gosh.
And what's some of the stuff you guys are goofing on in this movie? I saw the Tom Cruise thing, right?
Yeah, we do a lot of
On
War of the
Oprah's couch.
Worlds. Yeah, a little bit of that, which is always great. I think we sort of take it to a whole new level. And
War of the Worlds. I finally saw that piece of garbage.
What, you didn't like it? See, people either loved it or hated it.
Oh, my God. Did you see
Smith,
War of the
I only
Worlds?
bought it because Kevin Smith was saying how great it was.
That's
so
why we had Kevin Smith in here, who we respect
And he was
tremendously. And we asked him one movie that we should see. Or his best movie of the year, or something like that, or a movie he really enjoyed. He said War of the Worlds. I went home. We haven't even talked about this yet. I went home and I watched it finally on demand. You liked it?
Did you like it?
I did like it. But
I loved it.
The plane crashes into the house, and they wake up from the basement, and all of a sudden there's like fuselage in the living room, and there's no real big reaction going on, and he walks outside, and the rest of the airplanes in the front
found
yard.
that the most unbelievable part of the movie?
How about his car is the only car that works? Why?
I don't know.
But did you see it in theaters? Because I think that made a difference.
Yes,
for
I
me.
did.
I think that made a difference for me. It was pretty larger than life.
And I don't see many in the theaters.
Yeah.
I get the one that has the scroll that says, if you're watching this movie, please call this number.
Kind of like what we'll be doing with Scary Movie 4 in another day.
No, you bastard. No, you go to the movies for that one.
That's how we see it, and then we tell everyone how great it is, and then other people see it.
Yeah.
That's what we do now. You really like that the fuselage was in the living room.
Okay, I thought it was a little ridiculous.
And they still got a good night's sleep, and they all were surprised when they come out of the basement like, oh, what happened last night?
I thought it was a little silly,
That
perhaps.
was hysterical.
Yeah, see? It's like Scary Movie. Maybe they were just goofing.
And what about they go to the really nice house in the suburbs, and it's a full kitchen, but they're making peanut butter sandwiches because that's all they have? Why not?
I have a nice big full kitchen, and there's nothing in there.
Why not see what's in the fridge first before you break out the peanut butter that you stole from the other house?
Club soda and some, chocolate bars. That's all you get in my house. It happens.
I hated it, but anyway, it's not about War of the Worlds right now.
No.
So, but you guys make fun of War of the Worlds.
Yes, you'll be happy.
All right, I'm going to
You'll
love
be
it
relieved.
then.
Yeah. And what else do we do? Saw. We do The Grudge, The Village.
Now, those are good movies.
The Village?
Saw.
We do A Little Village, yeah.
You want to hear someone do Joaquin Phoenix for you?
I would love to.
Why don't you ever do what you're supposed to do? Thank you. Joaquin Phoenix. Does he ever talk above that level? I've never heard him do anything but whisper.
He doesn't like the way he whispers in movies.
Yeah, Jimmy's not a big fan of Joaquin at all. But, you know, and he's a huge Johnny Cash fan, too, so, you know.
Yeah, it was like the old...
Not happy that Joaquin was doing the Johnny Cash and Walk the Line.
I probably would have played it differently. I would have watched Johnny Cash footage first.
You hooked up with anybody? Any of those personal things, tabloid stuff?
No, I'm married.
No, you don't. You're married.
I'm like an old boring married woman.
It's like a morning zoo, everybody.
I know. Who? Anybody we'd know?
No.
Famous guy?
No, he's a
agent.
actor,
Someone in the
writer.
business.
He's a,
actor, writer.
Yeah, he's in the business. But
Is he an actor?
yeah.
Is it Yaphet Kotto?
How did you know?
I love him.
Yeah.
Jimmy's an actor. He was in Spider-Man, the original one.
He knows.
Yeah, of
Everyone
course.
knows. He was surly truck driver.
Yeah.
Do the line.
All right. He stinks, and I don't like him. That's what
As
I
he was
said.
loading the boxes in the truck.
I believed it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was like the pivot in the movie. You know, it really turned the whole plot around.
I love that.
Yeah, Willem Dafoe kind of changed after that. It was big.
Hey, is my friend Judah coming in?
Was he out there? If he's out, yeah, bring him in. Bring him in. Hey, let's go to Adam in Montreal. Adam.
Hey guys, I was talking. You were talking about War of the Worlds and shit. You were wondering why he had the only car that started.
Judah.
Yeah. The guy was there and he said, "Oh yeah, shit, the car doesn't start. You know what the hell's wrong?" And he asked Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise says, "Oh yeah, why don't you replace? I believe it was the solenoids in the starter."
Right.
Yeah, and that worked.
Yeah. So why couldn't anyone else fix their cars? That's what I'm getting at.
Because nobody else was smart enough.
And then when cars stop running on the highway, they don't go. They're not off the highway. So Tom Cruise can drive perfectly down the middle or zigzag in and out.
You'll be happy to know we have a little solenoid joke in there.
Oh, you do? All right, good. Judah, War of the Worlds. You hated it, right?
Hated it. Fucking terrible. I saw it with my dad. We both got really fucking... I've never seen my dad get that angry. I saw it over, like, the holiday break, and, like, there was no ending, man.
Yeah, then they just decided, well, 2.5 hours is good enough. Let's just wrap it up.
Yeah, I mean, aliens destroy the world, and then they get killed in, like, a second.
They get killed by pigeon poop.
Yeah.
And that's wonderful.
Dakota Fanning annoyed me in it.
How could little cute Dakota Fanning annoy you?
I wanted her to go, man.
Isn't she an awful little adult? I can't stand how
I think she's 35. So.
I know, it's very hard to watch her in an interview because she's much more, what's the word I'm looking for? Yes, articulate than me.
Oh, I just had the best time.
Yeah. Oh, it's
really
wonderful. I was at a party. Yeah. It's at a party till 3 a.m.
She's talking about a character development. If someone said to me, what'd you do in that particular acting gig, I would just say, I didn't want to forget my words. I couldn't remember them.
I love how Dakota talks about her past like it's like 20 years ago.
Yeah, when I was a kid.
When I was a kid, she'll say a lot. You're 13.
Right. Is she that old?
Maybe now.
I don't even think so. How do you two through the
we did a movie.
Yeah.
A year and a half ago, I guess.
Yeah.
Is she as bitchy as Lindsay Lohan in real life?
No, she's cool. She's the best. Yeah, she's the best.
Yeah.
But, Southern Bells, and it actually, it just had an amazing straight-to-DVD release. It's pretty exciting. But it's pretty cool. Yeah, I played... well, you know, you're the star of the movie. So.
Well, he plays my boss at Whitey's World.
Whitey's Warehouse.
Whitey's Warehouse.
Yeah, it's like a really poor version of a Walmart. It's like the poor man's Walmart, and I'm like this jerk boss.
I know, but that when you finally sort of confess your love.
I know.
To my character, my parents were devastated, and they were like, your character's mean to me, you know.
Right.
Like they didn't like that I just walk away and leave you there alone.
Like it's you.
Yeah, see,
I know.
The whole movie,
Thank
I'm always riding her. I'm like a really annoying boss, and at the end she quits, and then as she's leaving out the parking lot, I'm like,
oh no,
I love you.
Oh, and, that's your chance.
Yeah, and then you're like, I think you made up the line because you just look and you're like all like befuddled, and then you just go, gross. that was pretty. It was pretty
Dwayne.
funny.
Poor Dwayne.
Yeah. Hey, it was fun to do.
I love watching sometimes actresses or actors even on talk shows when they say things like, I learned so much from her. Like it's a real person. They get so deep into the character. Yes, she meant so much to me. I had such a hard time leaving her and getting her out of... shut up.
No, you didn't.
You read the lines, cash the check and leave.
Yeah. I learned nothing from that role.
You learned nothing
but I had
from
a lot
that
of fun
character?
doing it.
Yeah, let's
fun doing it.
Let's go to John in Miami. John.
Hello, hey guys.
Hey, John.
Hey.
First of all, the movie totally sucked, War of the Worlds.
Thank
Did you see Tom Cruise trying to throw a baseball to his kid in the backyard?
It was a little girlish.
Oh my God! I mean, if that kid isn't a faggot,
yeah, Jesus.
I mean, he was
making all kinds of allegations.
I'm just saying how he throws a ball. It's a little girlish.
Maybe he was throwing lefty.
I'm telling you, you are going to love Scary Movie 4.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
I'm serious. If you really, went after War of the Worlds, I'm very happy.
I think War of the Worlds is one of the worst baseball films ever made. I just want to add that in there, too. I think it's just terrible.
What other movies do you guys make fun of?
Un-American.
Saw, Grudge, The Village,
right.
$1 Million Baby.
The Scary.
$1 Million Baby?
Yeah,
cool.
we do a little $1 Million Baby.
Another movie that made me puke.
I can't even watch, even though it's Scary Movie 4 and it's a comedy, I can't watch that fast motion crawling up the wall stuff that some of the when they goof on movies like Saw or The Ring or something like that. Like that stuff just freaks me out.
It's just the fast motion crawling up walls.
Yeah. It's like it could be in any context whatsoever, as funny as hell, but it freaks me out too much.
The Grudge scared the shit out of me. That really scared me.
Really?
Yeah, I boy.
I turned that off on the plane. That's not a good movie to watch when you're flying.
How do you turn it off on the plane? Was it a seatback TV, or did you smash the monitor with
put your jacket up over the screen? Screw everyone
No
else.
one wants to see this dribble.
I just no, we were on one of those fancy flights where they handed out the DVDs.
Nice.
Yeah. Ooh. Handing out the DVDs. We do good for ourselves.
No, we don't.
Sometimes we get to fly first class. Sometimes.
Your first class, right? All the time.
Oh, no. Right. If I'm buying a ticket, no.
Recognized a lot?
Yeah, now
more
and more.
Yeah, you used to be one of those, hey, it's that chick.
Yeah, and sometimes people can't place me, and
yeah.
Then that's when it gets really awkward, and then eventually, they'll say, oh, you're an actress, right? And I'll say, yeah, I did all the scary movies. And then they'll say, oh, I don't like scary movies. I don't watch scary movies.
No, you don't get it.
And then it's very awkward.
They're already gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you intend to get into like the physical comedy kind of thing when you got into acting?
I've always to make very lowbrow, dumb comedy.
Is that it right from the get-go? Wasn't any like Shakespeare or anything like that in your past? No?
No, actually, I always grew up doing really dramatic stuff.
Really?
Yeah, and I think actually that's why I enjoy making these movies so much, is because you sort of have to take the whole thing very seriously. Because you can't sort of wink at the audience. You can't acknowledge that that this is insanely ridiculous. So I think that, it's sort of...
Play it serious.
Yeah. You sort of do have to play it very dramatic.
We in a lot of, like, high school plays and...
Oh, yeah.
The drama
They called us the Bat Cavers.
Why?
Because we were all, like, dark and,
Oh, you're a goth?
The drama people were very weird.
But we had a lot of gothy.
Never got them in school, like the drama people. They were like unto themselves, didn't fit in with anyone else. Like some people had the crossover potential between like the jocks and the stoners. You could like be a diplomat almost. But the drama department was just like, that's some country we don't even want to deal with.
Yeah.
They got no exports we need, and they have nothing that... They don't want anything from us, and you were one of those.
I was one of those.
And then what happened after that? You're like some kind of local theater. How did you break in?
Local theater. I went to University of Washington, and I just would do commercials and training videos and.
Yeah, how do you get into that? Like commercials. All of a sudden, someone sees you and goes, "Hey, Crest."
Yeah, well, no. Yeah, I mean, I think that an agent came to see a play that I did and wanted to represent me, so I signed with them. And then they send you out on auditions, and every once in a while I would get a job.
What commercials did you do?
I did a Yummy frozen yogurt commercial.
What'd you have to do? Eat yogurt?
I had to eat frozen yogurt. And
did you really eat it, or do the fake commercial?
No, I really ate it, and and I felt really ill, and it was really embarrassing because the whole thing was just my face. And
wow, yeah, that's awkward.
Yeah, it really was. Anyway,
cut.
I did a training video for a popular burger chain, and I was like the perfect hostess. And
it was to train this place for like hostesses?
New employees would come in and have to watch the video.
Wow,
and
I've worked at fast
I want
food
a
before.
copy of this immediately.
I know.
Popular burger chain.
I would pick up the phone and I would say, "Thanks for calling blankety blank," and then I put the phone down and
Blank Donald's.
And I look straight into camera and I say, "Here at blankety blank, we always give good phone."
Ooh.
That was like their
That was supposed to be their
lingo.
joke or something.
Good phone. It was so horrendous.
Don't get us started with corporate lingo.
Wow. If you pulled the phone out of your mouth and said that, now that would have been that would have been funny.
Hey, a lot of people want to ask you about the movie Waiting. Dave in California. Dave.
Yeah, hey guys, how's it going? Hi, Anna, how you doing?
Hi, good, thanks.
Hey, you've got to talk about Waiting. That is a funny, funny movie.
Oh, I'm really glad you liked it.
Yeah, it's out on DVD. My wife actually manages a video store, and one thing we were laughing about is the similarities, in that type of work environment.
Yeah.
And in the film, it's like a TGIF type restaurant,
Right.
And all you guys are the waiting staff, and it's just great. By the way, I almost don't want to go out to restaurants anymore, after seeing that thing.
Oh my gosh, it was. I've waited tables before, and I think that it is anybody who's been in the service industry can completely relate to that movie. And it was pretty horrifying. We worked at an actual restaurant outside of New Orleans, and it was disgusting. It was truly horrifying. And but we had a really fun time making that movie. I'm glad you liked it.
Okay, well, I'd say one more thing about it real quick is my wife's boss, she's actually assistant manager, and the manager of her video store is exactly like the guy Dan in the movie. I mean, exactly.
No.
It's scary. The similarities are scary,
Oh, no.
All right.
So anyway, well, thanks for the laughs. Anyway, I can barely
thank
hear
you.
All right, cool. Let's go to John in Texas. John, what's up?
Hey, I was just wondering if anybody got Anna with the goat.
I didn't see Waiting, so maybe you got to explain.
Oh, of course. I blanked there. No, I think I was spared a goat. The goat.
Yeah.
It's a
I
move
was wondering if those guys,
that the waiters.
Yeah, the goat was, I've got a few guys with the goat.
It involves
so.
exposing their genitalia in a abusive way.
I love it. Let's go to Bob in Wisconsin. Bob, what's going on? We got Anna Faris from Scary Movie 4 in studio.
Hey, I just wanted to let Anna know that I thought she was great in Lost in Translation, and she is just as hot, if not hotter, than Scarlett Johansson.
Oh, my God. Thank you very much.
It was a great movie.
Really
I loved
sweet.
it.
I don't remember what you played in Lost in Translation. I love the movie. I must be brain farting here.
I was a...
Ellie.
Oh my gosh, good memory. A young starlet that sort of implies that I had an affair with Giovanni Ribisi, although I personally don't think I did. But.
Did he play a retarded what in that movie? Because it's any time I see Giovanni Ribisi. Oh, this is where he plays the retarded soldier. Oh, here he's the retarded scientist. Here he's actually very good as an actor, but he does seem to come off a little retarded.
What did Bill Murray whisper at the end of that movie?
Oh, I don't know. I wish I knew. I don't know.
That was tough to handle. Did you see Lost in Translation?
Yes, I did.
I think it would sum up the whole movie. Sorry. Someone's got to tell me what he whispered. Jeff in Rhode Island.
You don't get it.
What's up?
Hey, good morning, everybody. How y'all doing?
All right, Jeff.
Good.
Hey, Anna, you absolutely beautiful and funny. I love your stuff. I've got a quick question for you on Lost in Translation. Was your character based on Cameron Diaz?
I was doing press for Scary Movie 3 when suddenly every journalist started asking me that question, and I had no idea where it came from. And I felt really and I know that it probably sounds a little disingenuous, which I don't mean for it to be, because this truly is the story. And of course I denied it, and it's true that if I was mocking Cameron Diaz, I had no idea. And I never talked to Sophia about it. We talked about some specific actresses, but Cameron's name was never mentioned, and I just felt really badly because she sort of publicly stated that she was really hurt. And
that's got to be a little awkward.
Yeah, the whole thing just sort of spiraled out of control. And
wait, I'm lost. Why was she hurt? What did she think happened?
She thought my character in Lost in Translation is kind of really vapid and sort of a mockery of actresses in general. And anyway, so there was a big rumor flying around that Sofia Coppola wrote it as Cameron Diaz because something about Spike Jones and Bean John Mal. I don't even know the whole thing, but anyway, so no.
You were being used as a puppet in someone's little vengeance tool.
I have no idea.
Yeah. Hey, Danny's in studio. You want us to ask her about a movie called May?
Yeah.
Wait, that mic's not on. Why would it be on?
Danny.
We all use it almost every day, but
we're good now?
There you go.
Probably one of the sickest movies I've ever seen in my entire life.
So
was
true.
May. It was about some chick, really deranged, disturbed girl who just can't seem to make any friends. So she decides to make her own friend out of all these people that she ends up meeting.
I was the neck and torso.
You were the neck and torso.
That sounds cool.
Nice.
Yeah. She makes a big doll out of us, and I was. It's a really weird movie. I play sort of this crazy lesbian that tries to seduce her, and she ends up killing me.
Is it on DVD?
It absolutely
Yeah.
is.
Oh, I gotta check that out.
That sounds cool.
It's really. It's really
Sounds twisted. I like that.
Yeah, right on.
Yeah.
All right.
May.
All right.
It's with Angela Bettis.
Okay.
She's great.
Okay, cool.
I think you played Polly in that, right?
Yeah. How did you know that?
Oh, IMDb.
Yeah.
Oh, it's right here in front of me.
You look at You ever check IMDb, make sure all the facts are right? Internet Movie
Database. It's so intense checking that stuff out, and people post comments about you, and I try to avoid all that.
Yeah. Do you have anything like a MySpace or things like that?
No, but I guess there's like 8 or 9 MySpace accounts that claim to be me.
I've seen
really
a few
weird.
that claim to be other people, and somebody actually claimed to be me on one, so I had to make my own. I was forced to make my own because I had to put, no, this is me.
Yeah.
And then the other guy is like, no, he's lying. And you have a fight with yourself. You're like an idiot. No. Taking hours HTML coding.
The best is when they go, well, prove it's you then.
And then I'm there like a hostage holding a newspaper in front of me. Picture up there.
Well, anyone could have done that. Prove it.
Jackass. But you have like message boards or anything?
I don't check it out.
You don't check it?
No.
Does it hurt you? Like sometimes?
It's just weird.
They're very hurtful. Good. Don't read. Bastards. Every day I read message board stuff and it's awful stuff.
Why do you do that?
It's self-torture. I don't know why. And then we got something called Pal Talk over here.
What's that?
It's a little camera.
Yeah.
And it's a little camera.
Oh, I was wondering. I thought this was like a War of the Worlds kind of thing.
Yeah, I know it is kind of like a War of the Worlds.
They're looking at you right now.
But we can see them also.
Oh.
Which is good, which you don't usually get on a message board.
Yeah.
So sometimes when they get a little feisty, like just for you, I'm gonna get somebody here at random.
Okay.
And you hit bounce. And then just go, boink, and they're gone. So now if they badmouth you, I can make them go away.
Oh, Lord, I don't know.
Out of nowhere. So now they fear me.
Thank you.
They fear me.
Yeah.
And now they don't say anything bad.
We got a sleeper cell in our Pal Talk room, too.
I like it.
We got Arabs in our room for some reason.
Yeah, for some reason, a lot of Arab gentlemen like coming into our room and masturbating in front of the camera. Because we have a lot of pretty girls that watch the show, and they are up on cameras and stuff. And now I'm sure there's a jihad against you now because of all the guys that are probably... don't even think about that.
Wait a minute.
Don't even think about
it. Don't you worry.
Any pictures of you on the net that maybe you wish would come back if we punch you up on Google pictures?
Probably, I'm
photo?
sure.
Yeah.
I really, it's so overwhelming. I'm shocked that you sort of spend your afternoons checking out message boards. It's so depressing, isn't it?
It is depressing. Thank you.
But
it's
addicting.
Horrible.
But addicting.
It is. You go like, let me just look today.
Yeah, I've read. Yeah.
But that's not you on MySpace?
No.
Oh.
One of a fan side of yours befriended me on MySpace.
Really?
Yeah, the ultimate Anna Faris experience. Befriended me on MySpace.
Do you find that odd that people just like make these tributes to you? It's like if it wasn't a web space years ago, it would be like something on a wall with pictures and candles and like a guy there that's ready to kill for you. You find it a little odd that people just take such an interest like that, more personal
well, I think that just the whole idea of celebrity is so odd to me, and I've had some really awkward encounters, and people I think can be pretty rude sometimes, when you're on the street.
Because they don't realize you're just you going through life.
Most people are cool,
away.
though, I think. Though.
Yeah,
most. It just takes a couple of assholes
yes,
that can really screw things up.
Let's go to Donald in Indiana. Donald!
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, I got the Boston translation of in subtitles.
Oh.
Where he whispers at the end.
They don't do that. Come on.
This is going to be a joke. Oh, all right. What did he say? Hold on, kids. What did he say?
I want to suck your seed.
Cheap asshole.
You guys suck.
Bye, fella.
Thank you.
That's not you on MySpace.
Would you stop it? Why, is she on your friends list?
I've been talking. Emailing. I love your stuff. Me too. I love your stuff.
It's me, Norton. It's me.
Let's go to Mike in New Hampshire. Mike?
Hey, Anna, I just wanted to thank you for showing your camel toe on Scary Movie 2.
Oh, yeah.
Appreciate that. It's great. All night.
There's actually a funny story behind that.
Ooh.
It wasn't me. I actually wasn't hired, believe it or not, for my camel toe. But they did have camel toe auditions. So, all these girls one day came onto set and... pulled their pants up really high and
the old frontal wedgie.
That must have been the greatest casting session ever. Ever.
It was very strange. I think the girls were all a little weirded out, but
You think they left all bummed out that they weren't good enough for the camel toe scene?
You got to leave and just kind of
get all depressed.
Pull your pants back down and go.
It's always next year.
Didn't make it.
I'll try again next year.
Didn't make the cut.
Girl that wore the wrong jeans.
Right.
At least don't show it. Throw it at me. Painter's pants.
Well, when is it? This Friday? This Friday?
Yeah.
Comes out?
Yeah, we open on Friday.
Very good. Up against anything you're worried about?
I don't know.
Bench warmers.
No, it'll do very good.
Second week of bench warmer. That's going to be tough.
Shut up.
Basic Instinct 3 already?
The scary movies do very well.
Yeah.
Good. They do. And then in DVD, they go through the roof.
It's going to be a monster this weekend, let's be honest.
You get a piece of this or something that's still on the paycheck, or you get smart and go, hey, I want one of those producer credits on the bottom.
There's a reason, I think, to stick around for 4 movies.
You're
but I will say that I think I am pretty cheap. I think that most actors, if they were in the 4th of a series, would probably be commanding a big fat paycheck. But I'm,
Yeah, you should go barging in there. You know what Sigourney got for Alien 4, you bastards? Amy.
All right, let's thank her.
You do well.
All right, thank
you so much for hanging out in a room full of guys.
Yeah, it was really fun. Thank you.
You doing the whole radio thing? You'll go somewhere else now, or
I guess,
going to Today's Show or something?
I don't know.
Yeah,
that means no.
They just drag you around.
Show.
Yeah, I don't think Scary Movie's big on the Today Show.
No, I saw some guy juggling and spinning a plate. Please, that's nothing. And he's on the Today Show. What the hell is that about?
Yeah, but we're sort of we're kind of an offensive movie, I think Leslie Nielsen's sort of the only one who
could
kind of
actually go out and
who's
still come off as a distinguished gentleman.
Yes.
How does he pull that off?
Greatest deadpan
duty humor for the past 20 years.
I don't know, and in this movie he's completely
the greatest.
naked.
Yeah. Oh no!
Oh yeah!
I want to see that.
Yeah, there's Charlie Sheen in this one too.
Charlie Sheen's back.
Cool. He's always fun.
One of Leslie Nielsen's
he's really good at it.
So good in those.
One of Leslie Nielsen's greatest lines in one of his greatest roles was in Creepshow, when he walks up to Ted Danson, buried up to his neck, when the crab is coming up, and he goes, "Found a friend, Harry." The crab is biting at his face, and Ted Danson's buried up to his neck, and the sand horrified at the tide coming in. "Found a friend, Harry."
And it's just how he delivers it.
Of course.
Do you ever see Nuts with Barbra Streisand and Dreyfus?
Yeah.
Leslie Nielsen she's a hooker who kills a John, and he plays the John. And it's so funny to see him, because after they have sex, she wants him to go, but he wants to stay, and he's like, how about a nice bubble bath? And he's shirtless. He's just real ass.
And it's serious.
Oh, it's great. It's really good. It's menacing.
Oh. All right. Thank you very much for coming in.
Guys
Continued
so
success.
Much. Thank you very, very
Scary
much.
Movie 4 opens all over the place Friday, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
And
Friday.
we're going to talk to David Zucker from the movie next.
Cool.
Is he coming in today?
He's like right there.
Is he?
Oh.
He's like
I didn't
somewhere.
even see him.
He's no over there.
Where is he?
Yes.
Don't tease. Is he here?
Yeah, he's right there.
He is coming.
I can't.
Is that? He's right.
Oh yeah, actually he is.
See, he's right there.
There he is.
We'll talk to David Zucker next. You can tell the hot chick is gone.
Back to talking about disgusting stuff.
Yeah, now we're back to potty talk. Judah Freelander in the studio. Jim
up?
Norton in the studio. And Jim had to tell Judah that he likes to stick a finger up his ass to make sure it's nice and clean after he takes a dump.
With paper around it, not bare. Not what a catcher's been on.
But still, you're the only one I've ever heard of who actually wraps toilet paper around his finger.
And when you say something like that, he makes you feel like a filthy mess for not doing
what do you do?
it.
Well, I am a filthy mess. So
What do you do? 3 little wipes towards the bag while you're sitting there? I stand up one
Towards
foot.
the bag?
Well, however they do it. I open my ass
Who
up.
wipes towards the bag?
Very nicely, and then take some of the little aloe wipes that are so good these days. Keeps everything squeaky clean.
Yep. You do the wipes?
what do you mean, like the
baby wipes?
Now,
No,
it
that
used
never
to
even
be
occurred to
baby
me.
wipes. Now they've Charmin, all of them have put out their own
They
brand
got the
for
word
adults.
They took the word baby off the packaging so we could feel
That
more
sounds
comfortable
weird to me.
about buying these
It's
things.
fantastic.
It's
no cranky
Judah,
ass.
It's
no
all
nothing.
the rage.
Doesn't
All the
matter
rage.
if you go, you dump, and then go out and start doing yard work.
No, that sounds weird to me.
It's been over a year since I've had to scrub out a pair of underwear because I got the baby wipes now.
Nothing, right?
Over a year, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Don't you get disappointed when you're in a hotel and you don't have them? You're like, now what? Now what?
Now what am I going to do?
Got to make my own concoction on a tissue.
So
a
they're
little
addicting.
water and some aloe.
I grabbed
They're addicting. Yes,
Stupid
they're
club
addicting.
soda Kenny has to travel with them because he has those dumb, irritable bowels.
Oh.
He has a French fry. He has to shit liquid for 3 hours.
You ever grab
a mess?
A Clorox wipe by accident? Oops.
No.
Oops. Oh. That's not fun.
Jesus.
That's not fun for anyone.
You do not want to do that.
No. But as far as scrubbing out the underwear in the sink, those days are long gone.
Days
for
are
me.
gone because of the wipe.
Yeah. I think I would have figured that out a lot sooner than
Years
I did.
ago.
Let's
On that note,
let's bring David Zucker in here.
David Zucker, man.
Maybe we should
Here
explain to
he
David
is.
Zucker why he had to wait the last 3 minutes. We were doing potty humor, David.
Oh, good. I'm glad it's all
We had
over
it
by the time
penciled
I get
in, yeah.
Yes.
We were doing the potty humor.
Yeah, that penciled in for 9 a.m. potty humor.
Because that's
for 3
much more
minutes.
important than a huge director coming on our show.
Writer, director.
I don't think I put on that much.
No. We mean in legendary status, sir.
Oh, yes, well,
We're all big fans.
I try to live up to whatever I'm supposed to be cracked up to be at any one day. So.
Well,
But it's good to see you guys.
Had quite a career, I'll tell you.
It's
And,
not really good to see us. You're just being nice. You
of
don't
course
even know
I
who
am,
we
but
are.
hear me out.
But we will have fun.
Sure we will.
Been a fan for years,
Thank
obviously, all the way back from Kentucky Fried Movie, which I think was pretty much one of those first, smoke a little weed and go to the movie theater and watch this movie and laugh your ass off movies.
Yeah, well, a lot of young kids see their first, nakedness in those movies,
Mhm.
and I'm
Right.
I'm
when
glad
there's
that-
some
Great nudity in it.
Catholic schoolgirls.
Yeah.
Catholic high school girls in trouble.
In trouble, right.
The shower scene with the tit. That, you can't
Dale.
quite grasp
Dale.
what that felt like as an adolescent seeing that. Like, it was so exciting.
Yeah, and you guys probably can't grasp what it was like to have dated those girls.
You bastard, right?
Yeah.
Thanks, David.
That was from,
I think he's getting us back because he's a big director. We're saying, yeah, you're good because you showed us tits when we were growing up on film.
Well, I'm starting at the beginning.
He wants to
I just-
be known as more of a creative force than, hey, you showed us breasts.
different perspectives. My kids love, they watch Airplane, and
I
they
love
say,
Airplane.
I love when the boobies go across the street.
Yeah, for no reason. That
Yeah.
was great. Nice, gratuitous
Well, it's
movie
all
shot.
for no reason.
Yeah.
Well, you created a whole genre with that Airplane movie and the Police Squad and the Kentucky Fried movie. No one was doing that type of thing before you came along.
Yeah, well, you know what? We didn't really think that regular comedies were funny. We thought serious movies were funny, so we'd watch things and kind of put in our own lines as Leslie Nielsen was actually acting in these serious movies, which we thought we were wonderfully stupid. And then so what we did with Airplane was actually to recreate one of these serious movies and then almost make it look like we tricked the actors into saying the lines.
It worked, man.
The greatest part, though, and I think Anna touched on it, is there was never a moment where the actors showed how absurd it was, and that's what made it funny. It was all perfectly serious.
Playing it off like serious. Yeah, no one had done that before, and it was done brilliantly in those movies. It was such a great
part of what we wanted was just don't let on that you're in a comedy.
Mm-hmm.
So
you really didn't like comedies back then?
Because what I liked was Woody Allen, those early Woody Allen comedies, and Marx Brothers. When I was in college, where they'd show Marx Brothers and big lecture hall screenings. And
you ever meet any of the Marx Brothers?
No, when I first came to L.A., and this was in 1972, I actually went with a friend to Groucho's house and knocked on the door, and he was alive and in the house, but not up to seeing visitors that day. And I'm really sorry to say that I never tried again. I could have gone back the next day.
You were able to walk right up to his front door?
Yes.
Back in 72?
Right.
And Can you imagine?
When I first came to L.A., it was like, you can't even imagine that the stars, and I'm coming from Milwaukee, you can't even imagine that stars lived on streets where people walked by. And I somehow thought that was like raised in clouds.
Yeah.
It's like, you don't imagine that but... Actually, Groucho, they said he would go to Nate and Al's Deli every day, and you could see him, but I just never ran into him.
I met Groucho Marx.
You did?
I was a kid, and I was at something called A Day at the Races. It was some charity event, and he was there. He was in a wheelchair, a little blanket covering himself up, little thin, frail hands signing autographs.
Really?
And, just the thought of shaking hands with Groucho Marx. I'll never forget it.
So you waited till I told my story so you could top
so I could top it.
Yeah, so
why do you think I brought it up?
Yeah, right.
David, it's not like I ask everybody that comes in, did you ever meet Groucho?
Yeah, the great legendary director comes in and then...
I have to, somehow
I don't think we're treating him with respect.
I actually used to hang out with him. I didn't even break that.
Stop it.
But, yeah.
Yeah,
I pulled a train with Zeppo.
Have you ever seen Day at the Races? There's there's some weird scenes in that one.
How good was Used Cars? A couple of good comedies from the 70s, like late 70s. Used Cars and Hollywood Nights, I thought were two very funny films.
Well, as far as comedies, I
saw them.
Kurt Russell, Used Cars. Frank, remember Frank? Oh my God, what's his name? The black guy from 48 Hours. Eddie Murphy's sergeant.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, I can't believe he's one of my favorite.
The angry guy.
Oh my! The big black guy yelling.
Yeah, you're doing very well right here.
I stink. Frank
Danny Glover, of course.
Yes,
he's the one.
The angry black guy. Yes, Morgan Freeman.
Yeah.
But getting back to, the late 70s and early 80s, there were a lot of really good comedies that came out.
Were there?
I thought. I'm
Animal House.
Animal House, right? Excellent.
Yeah, all right.
1979.
Stripes, the first half of Stripes.
Stripes was
Caddyshack,
in the early 80s.
Caddyshack, I can't get enough of to this day. I say that because we get frustrated because there's not a lot of comedies that come out nowadays that really get me going. I don't know if you want to comment about that, but when Hollywood starts remaking the Pink Panther and they have to do the Honeymooners,
I haven't seen anything because we had to do this movie from conception, writing to release in 9.5 months. So I haven't seen anything.
Right, or else it becomes dated material. Is that it? Because
not really that. They kind of backed into the release date. So
I'm an asshole.
We were first. Yeah, I don't know why you said that. You thought wrong, and that was.
I thought perhaps some of the jokes in there might have been topical. Now,
not at all.
Let me
purely to release it.
So you can hear clearer. I'll just talk like this.
Yeah, okay,
I'm obviously talking on my ass.
Give the visual to it. Yes. No, it's just. No, there's actually a reason for this. We were supposed to originally do Ring 2. That was going to be the big movie that we were going to spoof, and then it bombed. No one saw it, so we had to wait till War of the Worlds came out. The next, obviously, stupid movie that we could do.
See, now I can't wait to see Scary Movie 4 because I hated War of the Worlds.
Then you'll like it. Then you'll like Scary Movie 4.
You hate as in the comedies now. It just seems like the PC and the fear of offending any ideology. It makes it really pathetic what most people attempt to do in comedy.
Yeah, we discuss this all the time on our show. We're so frustrated with the PC crap as far as comedies go.
Right, it is terrible, but I haven't.
I mean, you guys aren't doing the PC thing with the scary movies.
No, definitely it's not PC.
But there's not
our only constraint is PG-13.
Right.
Other in fact, I did a press junket in L.A. Last weekend, and some people were complaining that our treatment of women and children was disrespectful. So, but I never thought of it that way.
Please. Did you get any heat?
Of course we hit kids.
Yeah. I was going to say, it's funny. Please tell me you told them to go fuck themselves. Please, someone tell me that they fought back.
Well, what was one of the biggest comedies last few years?
I was polite, and I said, what I did say was that, this goes back to Airplane.
Right.
What people think is over the line, and here we have a joke with the pilot saying, "You ever seen a grown man naked?"
Yep.
It's not that we think that pedophilia is funny, but it was a joke it was a satire on the image of pilots, like squeaky clean, white bread pilots.
Did you catch crap back then? Did you get any complaints back then about...
Only from Peter Graves. He said, I don't think this is going to work.
He never lived that line
down.
And
Robert said...
But that's the point we're making, I think.
Robert Stack said that shit hitting the fan, that's never going to work. And so somebody just recently told me that he then went to the preview, at the preview, went to with his wife, and this guy was sitting in back of Robert Stack, and he turned to his wife after the thing, got a big laugh, and he said, I have never been so wrong in all my life.
Yeah, that was the perfect send-up of the Irwin Allen type disaster, and the Airplane movies. They became a parody of themselves, as a matter of fact, the longer they went on. The airplane that was stuck under the water.
Well, I never saw that one.
I didn't see that one.
We just did the...
You just did the first one.
Just did
the first one.
Yeah.
But as they went on, they absolutely became parodies of themselves, yeah.
I'm sure they were dreadful.
You did a great job, though, sending those up, because you watch them, and you can't now watch them without thinking Airplane and watching some of the scenes and the dramatic, the love angle between the characters, and you just start laughing because you see exactly where you guys got it from.
You did also Ruthless People, which was hilarious.
Right.
Dan DeVito. Was it Bette Midler?
Yeah,
Played his awful wife, kidnapped.
And Bill Pullman was in that, who was in The Grudge, and then in Scary Movie 4. So we actually have a guy in the same, doing from a movie that we're spoofing that is in our movie. So that's kind of a first.
Cool. What's your writing process like? 'Cause I read years ago that when the three of you were making your movies, you guys would have index cards and write all your jokes on the index cards. And
usually we'd start out in the morning just drinking lots of coffee and talking politics. That's what we did, writing Airplane. Then we'd write down. Then we'd see the straight movies. That's where we start out, and it's still that same process today. When we saw the Grudge, War of the Worlds, and we were laughing hysterically as we think of when we're redubbing. You're not supposed to laugh, and that the more serious they are, the better. And especially M. Night Shyamalan's movies are wonderful.
Great.
Enough with him. So in this we do the Village. Oh, he's all there. I actually at the press junket last weekend I actually met him. And somebody said, M. Night is here. And so I went on up to him with a shit-eating grin, shaking his hand and saying, thank you. I did, because I didn't even think so. And he said, he was very nice, gracious, and he said that now when they as they're shooting their movies, they're thinking, what are they going to do to us?
What are they going to go for?
Yeah,
you ever insult people to the point where they contact you and say that they weren't happy? Or
it hasn't happened yet.
No.
Sometimes people ask me, what would you do if you ran into Tom Cruise on the street or any of these guys? And actually, I don't know. It's not mean spirited, so I don't think anybody has gotten too angry. I think there was once a Scary Movie 3 with Michael Jackson complaining. But I'm not.
Okay.
The only person I'd really be afraid of running into the street would be O.J.
Yeah, well, that's
what do you say? Nice murders. I admired all the.
I don't know how responsible you are for the casting of the movies, because something like Leslie Nielsen, who saw that he would be so good in that. Obviously, he was good to laugh at in the serious roles that he did, but who would know that that would translate to bring him over to the comedy version to play the same role?
Yeah, we didn't know, but we had a strong suspicion that if these guys were funny to us in their serious movies, like you watch Robert Stack
of course.
Untouchables and stuff, all you have to do is just
Unsolved Mysteries, very serious.
Wonderful, yeah. So we thought this would work. I mean, that was the whole theory behind Airplane. And then the only thing was to convince the studio, because we were such a low budget at the time, they didn't pay enough attention. And at first they wanted to cast Chevy Chase and Bill Murray, and we thought those guys were funny, but not for this movie.
Wasn't what it was all about. Yeah.
Howard Koch, our executive producer, fortunately came to our aid and would call all of their managers and say, "This isn't for you." All the stars that the studio wanted to go to, and then it came down to, the last 2 weeks before shooting. We went to Leslie Nielsen, and our casting director was by that time tearing his hair out and saying, "Leslie Nielsen is the guy that you go to the night before." Not knowing, it is terrible, but that's. Oh man! The business is brutal.
Career,
but then Leslie Nielsen was the best of them.
Yeah. Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah, and is he nuts? When he played the John who got...
Yes.
How great was he? What are you going to do? Fuck someone else? Oh, was he great in that?
In fact, we when we wanted to do the Naked Gun movies, we went to visit him on the set of Nuts, and Barbra Streisand was there doing a scene with him, and Barbra Streisand did not like Airplane.
Of course
she cast Leslie anyway.
Wow, that's a huge surprise.
Sorry to crush you.
I've never heard of anyone not liking Airplane.
Of course she didn't.
Didn't like it.
Why would she?
I don't think you really had to tell us that.
That should make you feel good. And
did she like trying to be sexy as a prostitute with that fucking stupid Flintstones record player nose of hers? She really makes me sick. I didn't like you. Of course you didn't, Babs. Babs. Die already.
Jeez, I'm sorry. I did all this anger.
I know. I go after the tough targets. Right hand. Take the shit out of her.
Were you surprised at the success of Airplane when it came out? Because you said it was low budget. So
it was low budget, and we had spent so much time trying to convince people for years and years that this was going to be a big hit that we actually weren't surprised.
Really?
We were about the only people who weren't surprised.
Had confidence.
Of course, this is going to be a hit.
How much did it cost, and how much did it make?
It cost $3.2 million to make. Wow. And in those days, the marketing budget was probably, I don't know, $500,000. Not much at all. And it made $80 million at the box office. So.
Wow. Why do you think the Police Squad TV show didn't have as much success, or any, it did 6 episodes?
6 episodes,
but then
and they pulled it after 4 episodes.
They pulled it after 4.
They couldn't cancel it fast enough.
What happened there? Because then the movies were very funny and successful and popular.
Not enough people watched it, of course, so the ratings were low. But I think mainly that on something like that, it was in the movie theater. You're sharing this stuff with hundreds of other people, so they're all laughing. But on television, you're watching it alone. I don't know if some people got when they were supposed to laugh. And we did have a lot of fans, and people have always told me that they watched it with their families and on TV. But it just and Tony Thomopoulos, the head of ABC at the time, begged us to do a laugh track, put a laugh track. And in a way, he was right, but we couldn't put a laugh track on it.
Right.
Yeah, because
then we're not supposed to admit that it's funny.
Right.
And so then he took a lot of heat for canceling it. And then in one press conference, he said Police Squad didn't work because you had to watch it. I mean, and he wasn't trying to be funny, but so it's just, in a way, people don't really watch television closely like they do in the movies. In a movie, it's a huge screen. You can see all the little background things. And I think the majority, that big TV audience, missed it. I think, but we still thought this is funny.
Yeah, it was fun.
This will make a great movie.
Good for you for taking it to the screen with Ricardo Montalban.
Yeah,
was just great in that. Just another serious straight actor.
They want to be in movies. They want to be in comedy. They want to do something different. So it's not as hard as you might think to get people. People ask, how'd you get Dr. Phil and Shaq to be in it? Well, we called them up and they said yes.
What about Kareem? What about Kareem Abdul-Jabbar?
He didn't want to do it.
Oh, really?
Really?
He didn't see why he should do this, or didn't get it, or whatever. But so we tried again, And his manager convinced him because he wanted to buy a very expensive rug. And the rug was going to cost $30,000. His manager was keeping track of the money. And he said, if you want this rug, you're going to have to appear in this movie. And so he...
Wow.
Yeah.
For a rug? Just for a toupee?
It was up on the floor.
Kareem loved his rugs.
And jazz, too. His house burned down. He lost like $3 million worth of jazz
well, he
records.
probably lost that rug in that fire.
In that fire, see?
Game of Death was good. Yeah.
Hey, let's go to Don in Nebraska. Don, what's up?
Hey, David, I just want to say I'm a great fan of your work and everything. Other than Leslie Nielsen, who's your most favorite actor or actress that you work with?
Well, probably Leslie. Have to be the day in, day out, tried and true, all-time greatest spoof actor. I mean, he's so good at what he does, and we kind of have a shorthand. And
yeah, you must not even have to talk to each other to know exactly what you want,
And in fact, we aren't speaking people.
That's good.
I hate his guts. He's so miserable. But we have this shorthand and a wonderful relationship.
Let's go to Jason the Trucker. Jason, what's up? You're on with David Zucker.
Hey, guys, how's it going?
Pretty good.
Good. Yeah, I got a question about Airplane 2. Yeah, at the end of the movie, it says, coming soon, Airplane 3. Whatever happened to that?
I can't answer that question because I never saw Airplane 2.
He was not involved.
Yeah, we begged the studio not to do it because we said there were no more airplane jokes. They went ahead, did it anyways, proved we were right, and to this day we have never seen it. None of us have ever seen it. It was frustrating to see all those characters and it was.
Well, they
recycled a lot of the jokes.
Oh man,
to take your baby and they should have called it something else at least.
Jim Abrams used to be asked, "Have you seen Airplane? Did you ever see Airplane 2?" And he said, if your daughter became a prostitute, would you go watch her work?
That's perfect.
That was about how we felt.
That was like Caddyshack 2. Same thing.
Wow.
Caddyshack
Worst sequel ever.
was great. Caddyshack 2 is like...
Some movies you can't make a sequel.
Stop.
And some movies, there's always new episodes you can think up because they're not premise driven. So Caddyshack was like one premise.
Yeah. We were all excited when that
can't be fresh anymore.
When the second one came out, we were all excited. It's like, it's got to be good. How can you wreck that?
Right. Naked Gun you could do because you could just like a police show.
There could be a different story. Leslie could have new episodes, and the scary movie franchise is good because there's always fresh movie. There's always going to be horror movies.
How much are you going to do on the airplane? For God's sake, how many jokes can you do about the plane?
Enough about the plane.
It was enough about the plane. So they went. Yeah. When it comes on TV, I turn it off.
How about scary? Yeah.
That's scary.
I love when he goes, golly, showing up on the screen.
Yeah.
The black guys.
Oh, yeah.
Just brilliant.
Politically incorrect.
Brilliant stuff.
I loved it.
So what's in Scary Movie 4, David?
What's in Scary Movie?
I mean, you make fun of War of the Worlds, Tom Cruise on Oprah's couch.
Yeah, we have, the Grudge, The Village. I mean, M. Night is great.
You want to hear some Joaquin Phoenix?
You want to do a little more Joaquin Phoenix?
I don't do Joaquin. I do a little Joaquin Phoenix.
Why must you behave that way?
That was my Joaquin Phoenix in
I haven't seen that movie
M.
either.
Night piece of shit number 3. After Sixth Sense, he should have shot himself. It's like a band. They put out the first album is amazing because their whole life is led up to it, and after that.
No, I did like Sixth Sense. That was
great movie.
I love
great.
Sixth Sense.
But after that, yuck.
But we also have Brokeback Mountain, so I don't know. I mean, that's I would never see any of these movies unless we were spoofy. It's my job, so I have to see. I don't even go to see horror movies, but Brokeback Mountain was kind of above and beyond.
We can relate because
you had to.
It's like watching paint dry.
Anthony liked the movie.
I saw it as a beautiful love story between two men. Two strong men.
Yeah, but they could have had set against the background of the Korean War or something. I mean, what? There was
some action, not just wrangling some sheep.
I'll tell you, we watched on one of the what they call the Academy screeners, so which we get.
That's how I see mine.
And
David, we know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so you can't fast forward, you can't scan them.
Yeah.
So we had to watch them at the speed that the director did it.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, I can't wait till they kiss or something. Some action. I wanted it. Yeah. And one time, hallelujah, a guy slugged the truck driver. It was like, oh, great.
and then back to just. We're out here on the mountain. It's kind of cold.
Yeah.
You go up there and get them sheep back down, and then we.
Yeah, and then.
Hey,
I thought they were going to get the
that
Oscar.
tent scene though. Come on, huh?
The tent scene. That's
that
what we do in
hot, right?
Before, yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
You do the tent.
We do the tent scene. Yeah.
That's the only thing.
All of a sudden, he's a little chilly outside.
Right. Yeah. And then suddenly
he gets invited in. I've gone into a tent. Never had that happen within 3 seconds. Usually takes 15 minutes and a couple of drinks.
In a tent, but there's more foreplay.
Right, a little more than just, hey.
Yeah. It wasn't enough, yeah.
A little spit, off you go.
One minute your pals, and that's your ass is fucked.
Oh, God.
Let's go to Carl in Westchester. Carl.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
Got to tell you, first of all, love Airplane, but Top Secret, I just love it that much more.
Oh, thanks.
But I have to thank you for one of the funniest mistakes in any movie I've ever seen. During Airplane, when they're doing the Staying Alive dance number, Robert Hayes' stunt double does that amazing backflip into the crowd. You see Robert Hayes hiding in the crowd.
Yeah, you can see. Did you discover that on your own, or did somebody tip you off to that?
Yeah, he's gone.
Oh, wow, that's great.
There's another shot where Bob Hayes is trying to catch up to Julie Haggerty in the airport, and you can see on the big screen, maybe not on the video, but you can see a grip laying cable, a sound cable, and he's in the picture. And in those days, you leave it in. We didn't have.
There was no video. There was no video village either. There was no video village, right?
There wasn't. I don't think we had playback, so we'd see it one time, and we saw it on the monitor.
I'm a huge fan of film clubs in general. I love picking out that stuff.
Yeah, there's some website that has all these
books and all that.
we call getalife.com.
Those bastards.
Because they there's a thing and it doesn't.
I saw the boom. Yeah.
The cup. It's full. It's half full. It's empty now.
Do you find that now when you were first starting? I mean, what 1980? Before that, actually 70s.
77 was
77
Kentucky Fried Movie. We had our live show before that.
Now, when you're a bunch of kids, pretty much doing this, do you find it's different now that you've gotten older, and has your sense of humor changed? Maybe values that would make you not touch on a subject that you would have back then, or
I have better values now, but it hasn't changed my work ethic.
No,
we still have to laugh at the same thing. I mean, I have to. In order to do my job, I have to have some kind of immaturity.
Right.
That on the set, everything makes me laugh. I mean, I really do think that Scary Movie 4 is funny from beginning to end because it's my sense of humor.
That's because some people I know lose a part of their sense of humor when they have kids, or if they have some kind of tragedy in their life. They all of a sudden that becomes a taboo subject, and it kind of takes away from their senses of humor, especially if you have a dark humor.
Yeah, well, I think I can separate it from, one thing from the other. I think.
Some people can't.
Like I know that it's Peter Graves talking to the kid is a satire on the image of, and it's not pedophilia. And so on the set, everybody's talking about how you're going to tell your kids, the facts of life. So everybody went around telling their stuff, which was a little bit, some people were a little off color, and they came to me. I said, well, just tell Charles that's what I've been doing to you all these years. So that's my sense of humor.
Love it.
What's your favorite? What's your funniest? How can I explain this? What is your funniest movie that wasn't supposed to be funny? Like, we watch certain movies, and we actually, they're not supposed to be funny, but we laugh and laugh and laugh. Like this movie, Bill, with Mickey Rooney.
Oh, Bill, Mickey Rooney plays a retarded older gentleman.
There's a sequel, too.
The sequel, not as funny as the original.
And it wasn't supposed to be
Dennis Quaid.
It wasn't supposed to be a funny
doing
movie,
a documentary on him.
We laughed so hard at that. And the other one was about Schmidt. I don't know how.
I have not seen.
I don't know how funny that movie was supposed to be, but I laughed so hard at that movie at the places you're not supposed to laugh.
Okay, here's one. Probably never heard of it. It's called Sincerely Yours. You never heard of it?
Who's in that?
Liberace.
Oh wow!
Playing a guy.
Playing a guy. Yeah.
And he falls in love. He gets married. He loses his singing voice. It's
Who's the girl in it?
I don't know. It was
Rock
made
Hudson.
in
TV movie?
made in the late 50s.
TV movie or
no,
in
it was
theatrical?
a theatrical movie.
Wow.
I don't know how well it did, but it was kind of misconceived. If you could somehow.
Oh wow.
Miscast.
And then the others is the other one we used to laugh at a lot was the Corsican Brothers.
Oh, right.
Cheech and
yeah,
Chong?
Cheech and Chong.
No, this is this is the original, the
Oh.
serious one.
Yes.
Oh, no.
I was hoping you
serious.
I was hoping you came up with a movie from this century for us. Jesus.
Yeah, no. The most recent one was probably Midway.
Midway?
Midway, yeah.
Probably in the 70s.
Yep. Yeah.
But I watched that over and over again because
I'll watch it
like
1,000
World War
times.
II, and I'm trying to figure out, which carriers launched which planes. I can't figure out the plot.
Well, they put it down on the bottom. There's all kinds of subtitling going
They
on.
actually had subtitles, which probably put in after they screened the movie. And they said, nobody understands what we're doing.
I just watched Tora yesterday.
Yeah,
and it's pretty much the same thing.
Yeah.
A lot of this is, Major John Love.
Yeah.
And here he comes. They show you 20,000 people with different names. I don't know who they are. I can't keep track. Nagamaki Wasaki, and he's leaving the carrier Wakachugi.
Yeah.
And they put down there you're supposed to remember. Was he leaving that carrier? And why is he coming back? And who is this guy?
You need a notepad.
And they're all overly dramatic.
Yeah.
Again, very Airplane, when you watch those entrances of these guys. Damn it, why didn't I get that message? And you're just laughing at the guy's delivery.
It's right there, yeah. I mean, I remember even the reviews for one of the reviews for Midway said it was called that because that's at the point where the audience left. So I'm there, if it's on late at night,
you've got to watch it. Those star-studded, who's going to turn up? Look, it's Henry Fonda, the Duke's in this one,
and Charlton Heston,
and there they are acting together.
Yeah.
God damn it, my son's going out with a Jap.
Yeah,
and that's a little side plot that was going on in that movie. Fantastic. Very funny. Yeah.
Let's go to Charlie in New Jersey. Charlie.
Mr. Zucker, it is my life pleasure to speak to you. I want to tell you that the funniest scene ever is the commercial in Kentucky Fried Movie where the doorbell rings, first woman says, "Harvey still smoking those cigars?"
Oh, yeah.
And the second woman rings doorbell, "Fish for dinner?" And the third woman says, "Christ, did a cow shit here?" I've laughed for 20 years on that joke.
We actually did that joke on our live stage show, which was called Kentucky Fried Theater. We had live skits and video monitors which played our parodies of commercials, and that was one of the commercials we did back in the early 70s on stage. Yeah.
Well, I have a question. Where did you guys perform in the early 70s? Because I know, because now there's comedy clubs everywhere, but where did you guys do your shows?
We converted an old drug rehab center on Pico Boulevard in West L.A.
Oh, wow.
And it was a 130-seat theater. And it was across from Rancho Park, and we had parking. And,
how did you first promote it? I mean, if it wasn't a venue where people went to go see stuff.
The internet, silly.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, cell phone.
We had,
MySpace.
Of course. We went to the UCLA campus and put up posters.
Cool.
And I can't remember how
Day-Glo colors, man.
The first weekend, I don't know, there were so few people who showed up for the first weekend that we would take the entire audience, which was about 20 people, and take them on a tour of where we lived, our apartment, which was upstairs.
That's awesome.
Because it was too embarrassing to perform before, so few people. But then by the second weekend, the shows, the 8 o'clock and the 8 o'clock's Friday and Saturday night were filled. And then by the following week, the third weekend, it was filled for 2 shows.
Where'd you get the idea then to take it to the big screen and actually make a movie? I mean, that's a big leap from opening up a theater and to trying to find some financing and getting a movie distributed.
Our original goal was to perform on the Tonight Show, and so we did. We actually did that, but it didn't ignite a huge nationwide revolution.
No, huh?
In fact, the first night we were on, Johnny was there, and but Mickey Rooney talked too long, so we couldn't
bastard.
be on. And so all of Milwaukee was up the entire night, and so didn't watch the next night when we were actually on with Joey Bishop.
Oh, no, guest host Joey Bishop.
Joey Bishop. It was pathetic. And then... One of those things, too. When somebody makes a bad joke, we do that. It's called vaudeville playoff.
We have a car crash. We do car crashes.
This one, when somebody's joke, especially on the phone, they try to lay in a joke and it just bombs. You got give them a little silence and then. All right.
Okay.
Punching out. That's actually Kelsey Grammer falling down at he's doing a speech on stage at Disney, and he's talking all very pompous about something, and he just falls off the stage.
Is that the actual?
That's the actual one. Oh dear Lord!
I think I would have said something a little different than "Oh dear Lord."
Hysterical. Steven Stucker, the guy who played the air controller. He was in a stage show as the piano player. That's why he's in Airplane. And
he's great.
So he always used to do Anne Margaret falling off the stage. It was just more tasteless humor.
Wait, did she fall off?
Yeah. She fell off the stage.
Had a bad fall.
It's like, we shouldn't laugh at this stuff, but it's
but you have somebody. Does he perform some kind of a song as he's doing it?
Yeah. God, and I actually have met Kelsey Grammer. He's a very nice guy.
Yeah.
We didn't discuss the fall.
Let's go to Jose. Jose.
Oh, that's great.
Hey, guys. How you doing? First-time caller. Just want to tell Mr. Zucker, I love the Kentucky Fried Movie. That freaking song at the end, hilarious. And I got to go to the gym. Now that we're on the subject of movies that are not supposed to be funny where you laugh your ass off.
Yeah.
Schindler's List. Classic. Peace.
He thought Schindler's... Actually, I pardon you. That guy's hysterical in it.
Yes.
Ray Fiennes.
Yes. Eamon Gert.
Yeah. He's a little over the top.
Yes, he is.
Not much funny about Schindler's List, though.
No. You just take the saddest movie you can think
I don't recall laughing. It's more like that we had a joke in one of the movies. Maybe it was Naked Gun, where they're leaving... Leslie and Priscilla are leaving... a movie that wasn't supposed to be funny.
Oh my God! It was Platoon.
Yeah.
And they're laughing. It's
hilarious. The love montage.
The love montage. One of the funniest scenes in any of the Naked Gun movies.
Perfect.
Herman's Hermits.
The movie would have been made 10 years later. We would have done that for Schindler's List.
Right.
That would have been it.
All right, let's go to Rob in the Hamptons. Rob.
Yeah, hey guys,
hey.
What's up? Long-time listener. I got a question for Mr. Zucker. On the Police Squad TV series, the one character was named Norberg, but in the movies, you guys changed it to Nordberg, the O.J. Simpson character. And we always wondered why the name change.
You know, I don't know if it was spelled Nordberg. This is something I don't know the details of that. Was it really different?
Whatever it is, just don't piss off OJ about it.
Yeah, right. Do you want me to call him? I don't think.
That must have been very odd for you. I mean, working with the guy.
Right. Working with a guy, and then suddenly he's the greatest murderer of the 20th century.
Greatest ever.
Yeah.
Were there, you must have been asked 1,000 times, were there any inklings of a temper that was anything more than the smiling OJ running through the airport OJ?
He was usually always the smiling OJ, nice guy. However, one time, I used to do this. Howard Cosell did a audio reading of his book, and I had it in my car. And he was at one point he was saying, that juice was crying on the phone. I told Emmy to talk to him. I couldn't take it any longer. And so. They all. I would do that for people, and they said, "You got to do it for OJ."
Crap!
And so I did it for him, and he said his face turned just gloomy.
You saw the face that two people saw.
That killed people, and he said, "Never happened. That's bullshit, man. That's bullshit. Never happened."
Wow.
Yeah, never happened. Wow. Bullshit, man. So it's like it just went. So I was kind of surprised. Oh. Okay.
When you first heard, like everybody else did,
that helped DVD sales.
It was depressing to me.
Yeah, I don't doubt it.
My emotion was, I couldn't believe it because
I don't doubt it was depressing. Did you think, oh my God, OJ killed those two people like right away?
No, I mean you just don't imagine that the guy who you worked with would suddenly. It was as a surprise to me as it was. to his ex-wife. I don't know who was surprised or it's you again. I mean,
any doubt whatsoever in your mind that he did it or not?
No doubt.
Okay, thank you.
There's no doubt.
Come on. I think he's the first one from Hollywood to say that.
Ever.
Yeah, well, I think he has to be given the benefit.
Everyone's like, well, he was acquitted.
Yes, he was acquitted.
Was acquitted.
Hurrah. Yes.
No, there was a glove that was planted by
No, this is, but there's a number of things that are pretty outrageous that have happened.
My favorite bit of testimony was the limo driver. Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, OJ, ding dong, for a half hour. Ding dong, OJ. What is that? I see someone running. Ding dong, ding dong. Hello? And then he's there.
He's out of breath.
Hello?
Yeah.
Wow, that must
I was already
working with the guy.
But by the time that happened, that was already way after I had worked with him.
Mm-hmm.
And so the last time I saw him was at the wrap party, and I sold him my knife collection.
For the murder? Or
It's just like I had nothing to do anymore.
Got new knives for Christmas. You didn't need the old ones, right?
So
Sure.
I don't know. I never talked to him.
He hasn't worked since.
How was it working with Matt and Trey? We love those guys.
Oh, yes. They were great. It was fun.
Yeah, basketball is very funny.
Thank you.
Yeah, they are. They have that same kind of sick, twisted, don't care what people think.
And other guys that don't exactly.
Yeah,
we met them as soon as they hit town. Somebody, my business partner, Gil Netter, found this Spirit of Christmas tape.
Mm-hmm.
So I was one of the first ones to see it, and I passed it around as everybody was passing it around at the time. And we had them into our office, and we've been friends ever since.
We love.
Were they big fans of your work?
They were.
They must have been.
Yeah, they were. So it was great meeting them because they were so funny.
Yeah,
and it was great working with them.
Nice when you can meet some people that don't let things get in the way of because sometimes dark humor has to go places that people are going to be offended by. I mean, you can't really do any kind of comedy without offending somebody, even if you don't mean to. Someone is going to be offended by it some way, shape, or form. And if if that matters too much, you can't put too much into it.
Right, you can't be thinking, what are people going to say? Then you're looking through the rearview mirror.
Mm-hmm. And, you second-guess yourself. Right. You're watering things down.
Well, I always have to do, it has to make me laugh, because every take, I have to put myself in the position of the audience. So I have to be able to laugh every time. It's just gotta be funny. As long as I think it's funny,
right.
I feel I'm on fairly solid ground.
We catch a lot of hell sometimes because, as you said, the joke with Peter Graves about pedophilia is more a goof on the pilot attitude. We get ragged on a lot of times because one of the funniest shows that is on multiple channels every night is the news. To watch these newscasters broadcast the news and have them trying to make you think they're actually trying to inform you and not entertain and get ratings and sensationalize is a joke. So we catch a lot of hell goofing on the news because of the stories they're covering. And, you're touching on horrible subject matter.
Well, we get the sex offender news tease. It sums it all up.
This is yet one of many news teases that'll come on during a rerun of Seinfeld or something to tease you, to rope you in, to scare the shit out of you to watch the news. And this was one of our favorites.
One city wants to pack all their sex offenders into a 3-block area. Problem is, it could be right next to your house.
Can it really?
That's not real.
Absolutely was real.
That is,
and I'm sitting there going,
favorite of all time.
We could use that.
I'll
put that right.
Who the hell?
That's like written for us.
What? Yeah.
What if?
David, we should talk. I'm telling you.
Excuse me. Hi, neighbor. Can I borrow a cup of your daughter's urine?
We should talk. We're in the same game. I'm telling you.
Who's the politician going, I need a map of my town that I'm running because I need to put all the sex offenders in a 3-block radius. It's not going to happen. It would never happen.
Well, something similar to that, we're doing a movie with The Onion. And
I love The Onion.
And it's a sketch movie like Kentucky Fried Movie was. And so one of the sketches is that, because of prison overcrowding, they're having prisoners in people's homes. So the guy shows up at someone's home and he's having dinner across the street. Fine looking women. Sup.
I have cried reading The Onion.
Yeah.
Like it is such a great parody on the news and newspapers. Just hysterical. The old National Lampoon used to be like that years ago. I would sit there and have to close the magazine because I couldn't breathe. Right. And that's the type of stuff. And it was always some of the worst, most tasteless humor.
Not very PC.
There was something about a fight between Joe Frazier and Muhammad Ali that I was reading in National Lampoon, and it was them all old and everything. And they were calling him Smoldering Joe Frazier, and it was a joke about Muhammad Ali's just degrading physical health, and I was crying. I was laughing so hard. And it's a horrible subject, but, it's just that type of thing.
Just to put some of those things in headlines.
Yeah.
We have a sick sense of humor.
Yeah, and, we catch a lot of hell for it, but it's just, that's the way it is. A lot of people find it funny.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Why are all these guys sucking my cock? In the headline. And that's what makes it funny. If you say it, it's one thing, but
see it in a headline.
Yes, in the headline.
Big headlines.
Yeah, why is that in a headline?
Do you watch bad TV? We purposely go out of our way to watch bad TV.
I don't watch much TV. It's really The Sopranos.
Yeah.
And
that's
what
good
I like that. But and then one time the producer of 24 gave me the entire second season, and it ruined my life for a week because I was up till 4 a.m. You can't turn it off. So I never watched it again.
It used to be the marathon where you were at the mercy of the television stations that would do a marathon. Now, when you buy a box set, you're just like a zombie sitting there with your eyes feeling like you were just welding.
That's right.
And
no
you can't
governor.
turn it off.
Yeah.
Right.
You can no commercials, one after the other. Love it. Well, we got Scary Movie 4 on Friday.
Friday opens
Friday.
Everywhere.
That's going to be another huge hit.
I cannot tell you what a thrill it's been. I've been a fan since Kentucky Fried Movie.
We don't get excited often when people come through. But
absolutely.
When we saw that David Zucker was coming in,
pleasure.
Me and my friends would just always talk about, oh no, the Zucker movie's coming out, and it was always. I mean, you've always been. I've been a huge fan of your work.
Absolutely.
And I'm just lapping your ass over the whole thing, but what can I say?
That's what felt so good today.
I like your stuff a lot, too.
What?
I do a little acting.
Oh, okay.
Jimmy was in Spider-Man.
All right.
He was the surly truck driver. He said... well, I think I have your clip here somewhere.
I don't know.
I'd rather just have
he was in Spider-Man.
You weren't the truck driver in my favorite, the most
Surly
exciting moment in Brokeback Mountain. When
the fight?
Slugged the truck driver. And
I
woke up for that.
This was the montage. It was like a news montage of how people felt about Spider-Man that they were going through, and Jim was the surly truck driver loading the truck, and they asked him, what do you think about Spider-Man? And here was Jimmy's response.
He stinks, and I don't like him.
Actually, in the movie
from Spider-Man,
I recognize the voice.
Yeah. Blockbuster movie.
It's going to be seen in Lucky Louie.
Yeah,
on HBO.
A little HBO show after Entourage.
The Spider-Man moment was a big one.
Okay, I'll look for that.
I'll send you my reel. You just heard it.
I can TiVo it.
Yeah.
He doesn't care. He does care.
He doesn't care.
He wants to use me in a movie.
He does not.
I'm a good actor.
How many people try to be funny in front of you?
Stella.
Like, that's David Zucker. I'm going to give him my best funny.
And I got to tell you, I rarely ever ask, and usually I've had to reprimand our own Hawk over here, because a lot of times we'll have people come in, C-listers. They sit there, and then when they're leaving, Hawk will go, Aunt, you want a picture? Now, what do you say? Nah. Nah.
You always ask for a picture.
So I tell him, I never ask for a picture. So I told him...
He really does
I told him, don't ask. If I want a picture, I'll ask you, because if you ask me, I can't say no.
He asks every person that comes in here for
that guy is a star fucker. He will take a picture with everybody.
Yes, but so does you.
Rarely do, but I would be
You took a picture with the janitor.
Have a picture with you.
Camera. You think he might be famous someday.
Yes.
That was a good line.
That
was a really good line. Nobody was listening.
It stunk.
I was trying out for David Zucker. That was really good.
I don't think you made it.
All I could hear was the crash.
Yeah.
Well, I can't say
maybe
again.
you can get on mic. Maybe if you have a little confidence in your lines and get on mic.
Me and David understand it's all about timing. I can't do the line again now.
Timing is everything.
Go ahead. Do it again.
No, he knows. That's the first rule of comedy. It's all about timing.
I think I TiVo'd it.
Okay. See? We got it.
Just tell Anthony you can't take a picture with him. It'll make our morning.
No.
Please.
I'm sorry, I can't take a picture with you.
All right, we're all going to see Scary Movie 4, opening everywhere Friday. Thank God, because, bench warmers,
And what happens now when we get someone from Benchwarmers in?
Maybe he's the executive producer. That's
Did you look down?
I don't know. I better look.
I produce everything.
Internet movie database. Quick.
I'm trying to get out of the business.
It's just frustrating because there's just not a lot of comedies that come out. That's what I'm getting at, really. I mean, I saw Bad News Bears, the remake, a couple months back.
Why remake it?
Why make such a great comedy? Then water it down?
Are you friends with Steve Martin?
I have met him many years ago, 20 years ago, but not.
If you see him, could you throw hot coffee in his face?
Oh, okay.
Please, for that Pink Panther disgrace.
Yeah, we're not happy that
I didn't
you
see that either. It was bad.
How couldn't it be? I wouldn't see it, but I mean, to do that to Sellers' memory, he should just be fucking drummed out of Hollywood.
Another one shot?
Anyone else
shooting
no,
celebrities by the sword today?
I know, unless
anyone
they show up, then
anyone
I love
else
them.
noticing the pattern here?
What?
He hasn't seen any of these movies.
I have
no. I don't blame him.
He's seen every single one of them.
Making movies, Opie.
He's seen every single one of them, and he comments about all this stuff behind closed doors.
I don't blame him.
That's the trick, is just not to see. It's like,
right.
He is giving turkey. Yeah.
When Steve Martin walks into a restaurant or something, he doesn't have to go, oh, that piece of shit movie.
He's seen
made
all these
now he hasn't
movies.
seen it.
Yeah.
That's smart.
If I go into a restaurant where Steve Martin is, he's going to be saying, Dave, hey, I'm over here.
I think you're a little more well-known than you think.
And he should say that. You could probably make a movie that makes him funny again. I used to love Steve Martin, and he stinks now. Oof. And David Zucker agrees.
Yeah,
I'm shaking my head.
He said it. He's shaking his head, yes. No, I mean, when you get such a great character what Peter Sellers did, and remake that.
Well, for an actor, it's kind of a tall mountain to climb to say, well, I'm going to do Peter Sellers.
Well, they're calling it a hit, though, believe it or not.
Of course it is. The public is stupid.
All right, we're babbling enough. We got to let David Zucker
Not the
go.
listeners of this show, though.
No, they're brilliant.
They're all rocket scientists. We love them.
Yeah,
all.
we love our listeners. All right,
David,
so go
thank
see
you
Scary
so
Movie
much.
It was a pleasure.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, David. We'll go to break. We'll continue, obviously. Thanks.
Oxygen? Lethal? Find out how. Coming up on the Opie and Anthony Show.
That piece of crap show. It amazes me every day we pull this off.
It's a madhouse!
You're checking out the Opie and Anthony program. Judah Freelander helping us out today. How cool is that, David Zucker, huh?
That was awesome.
I don't like him.
Very, very cool. Real guest. I had a little surprise at my house. Maybe I should not chew gum on the air.
Go ahead, you're cute.
Let me put that in some paper. I had a surprise at my house. And I didn't realize it was there for a week.
What a...
Well, that's another story. This one, we went on vacation, remember? Then we get back. Been home a week. We did our show for a week, Friday. I go to walk up the stairs, and there's kind of a big arched window thing over my doors that I could see my front yard. I'm walking up the stairs, and I look out, and actually my girlfriend looks out and sees. She goes, "What's that under the tree?"
A duty?
No, not a duty.
Oh.
So I'm looking at it. I think I know what that is from the back, but let me look. I go out, I open the door. Someone had placed a lawn jockey on my front lawn.
Why?
Someone had placed a black as the ace of spades lawn jockey on my front lawn. You know, the ones that stand there, the lawn jockey.
Is it a fan of the show making a joke?
Well, then I had no clue where it came from, but assumed it had been there the whole time. Because I don't know. I pull into my garage like everyone knows. I don't look around. I flee into my house. I go in the garage door shuts. I go in, there's a picture of it from Pal Talk. I put it on Pal Talk. Someone had put that on my front lawn, and I had somebody pass by the house a couple of times when I was on vacation to look for any packages that might be left or mail, because Opie, that's very dangerous when you go away to leave newspapers, mail. It lets the bad people know that you're not home, and then they want to rob you. So I had somebody passing by making sure they picked that stuff up.
The Nassau County Police Force?
No. Close, but no. And it turns out he was the one that put the lawn jockey on my front lawn.
As a little joke?
Laughing his ass
just
off
a
when he
joke.
called me. Yeah. And he said it's been there for a week.
He told me about it, and I fucking thought it was hilarious.
Dude, all I'm thinking is I haven't met my mailman yet. I don't know, any of the other people that may be around the neighborhood doing work.
Why would you want to meet your mailman?
In the suburbs, you get to know your mailman. Hello, Bob.
Just deliver the mail.
Could you take these letters for me, please?
Well, you don't need to know the mailman.
Because they're delivering your mail to your house. As they're walking up, if you're walking out, you don't just not acknowledge him like he's filling up 50 bins in an apartment building. You say, how do you do? Because it's suburbia, Opie.
Have you met the milkman
it's
yet?
It's the country. I don't have a milkman. Mm-hmm. You can buy that in the store these days. But now I did. I was looking out. This was a little odd, a little awkward, a little something new to me. I look out my side door from the kitchen, and I could see my neighbor's house. And I see a large black person in their backyard. Now, my neighborhood, not a lot of black people living there. As a matter of fact, none.
Do me a favor real quick.
Please tell
hit that,
me.
Please.
What?
Hit that, please.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Please tell me.
I just know they don't.
No, it's for me.
Please tell me you live next to a black person. Please tell me.
No.
Please.
I live in a.
Please.
I live in a completely Jewish neighborhood. I'm the only Catholic there. I'd probably be thrown out if they found out, But I see a large black person, but it's a woman, and she's got a bandana tied on her head, and she's wearing a house coat type thing.
Massa got
and
me
she's
working.
cleaning. Yes, she's cleaning the backyard lawn furniture of the house next door.
Yeah.
So I'm looking for somebody to do the same. So I'm trying to figure out how to approach my neighbor to maybe borrow his worker.
Jesus, Anthony.
Or
I don't know. Why don't you just throw some watermelon over the fence?
I don't know how you do that and make it sound.
Days never finished.
No.
Master got me working. Someday Master set me free.
Look, I need some domestic help, and I'm just wondering how, what the politically correct way to go to the neighbor and say, I'd like to maybe lease out for a couple of hours or sublet or, what company does she belong to?
Why don't you just say, hey, how much can it lift?
No. Look, it's not like 1860. I'm willing to pay.
Are you going to check the teeth?
No, Look.
Oh, I'm crazy.
You are crazy because there is a protocol here that must be followed. I can't just go over and say, how much. You gotta, but I would like some domestic help, and I don't know companies or anything like that. Obviously, he does, and he has some. She's not a member of the family. So how do you approach the neighbor and say you want to borrow their African American, or
it's out of his mind.
Pay. You are. I'll pay. I just don't know how. How to make that move.
You walk over, you ring the bell, and you go, I notice you have a belly warmer.
Take a frying pan, hit her over the head, and drag her into your yard and say, now you work for me.
No, that's not how it works. I told you, I'm willing to pay. It's a business transaction.
Well, tell her that. Say, look, I don't look at you like you're a slave. I'd be willing to give you money, and I'm sure she'll come right over and work for you.
All right, maybe I'll try that.
Or how about just calling a service?
Right. But I don't know what's good. Like, I don't know. You call a service, all of a sudden they send somebody over I don't know about. She seemed like somebody good.
I could send you my Polish cleaning lady. She does a good job.
Manhattan.
And she likes to rock and roll. I have to crank up the rock and roll for her every day.
I don't like that. I think I liked what I saw over there. I heard some humming and there was cleaning going on. I like that. It's nice and peaceful. Yes. That was it. I heard that. And it was nice. It was kind of, down home. So I figured, why am I being looked at like that?
No reason, Huck Finn.
No, really.
Got to get one of your own, don't you?
Well, it's a status symbol.
Of course it is.
No, I'm not looking at it like that. I'm looking for the best person for the job. That's all.
So
That's all.
So where do you guys meet?
Look, I am not a member of any organization whatsoever.
Of course you're not.
Not even the Lions Club. Nothing.
Never seen Jimmy read the paper more intently.
I'm my own person.
Yeah.
No, you are.
Yeah.
And I was just talking about how you go about getting domestic help and how you approach the neighbor because he already has domestic help.
Maybe if she had her baby, you could go, they're so cute when they're young.
What movie was that?
Mississippi Burning.
Mississippi Burning. Okay. All right.
Why don't you say hi to Jay and Yonkers? Jay.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, Jay.
Jay.
Hey, guys. Hi, Jimmy.
Hi, Jay. Thanks for calling the program.
I had a similar situation. You just asked the neighbor, does your girl have any time for me?
Does your girl have any time for me?
Yeah, cleaning-wise.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. Well,
does that work?
A lot of suggestions coming in
on me.
Dave in Jersey. Dave.
Yeah, Anthony, maybe you could meet your big black with your neighbor's big black and come up with the superior black.
All right, Jimmy the Greek.
Thank you. Let's go to Zed in Queens. Zed?
Yeah, hi.
Hey.
Why don't you just, Anthony, why don't you just go over there? Excuse me, sir. Can I borrow your nigress for the day?
No, see, that's what I was avoiding.
Let's go to Tony.
Any type of racist thing. It's not, all I want to do is go over and ask about his help.
Tony in Jersey.
What's up, boys?
Hey.
Not black, but similar type of story. Parents live down in Hilton Head. Dad's out on the front lawn trying to move something heavy. Lady across the street who's friends with them says, what are you doing? Don't try to do it by yourself. Let me send over my Mexican to help you out. I'll send over my Mexican. So that's how they refer to their help down there. My Mexican.
See, that isn't where I'm going with this. I just need to know.
Well, Schwoogie will help you out. Schwoogie?
Hey, guys. How you doing?
Hi,
Schwoogie. And every week down by Long Island Port, they auction them off.
No, would you knock it off?
I think it's every Tuesday the boat
No,
comes in.
it's not.
You can get fresh fish and other things every Tuesday down at the port.
You could ask Robert Reed if he has one he wants to give away. Maybe there's one that's reading that he's not happy with.
Wow, that's really going back.
Yep.
No, I'm looking for some domestic help. That's all. And obviously he has domestic help, and I would like to get some for myself.
Why don't you just ask him, hey, why don't you just say, look, I'm looking for domestic help, any suggestions, and maybe he'll say, I have someone that come and takes care of my place. So say, there,
oh, that's a good idea.
I'm looking for some domestic help. I
noticed
you had somebody. I looked in the phone book under N. I couldn't find anyone.
You see?
And will she be doing the yard work, or will she be in your house?
I'm thinking...
No way in the house.
I'm thinking cleaning the windows.
Exactly.
The yard. No. Exactly. And inside duties would entail cleaning the floors and just like cleaning. Going around and cleaning. That's all.
In your house?
Yeah.
In your house?
Why not? I'm fine with that. Why not? She seemed nice. Dude, she had a kerchief tied on her head.
Of course she did.
I swear. She was wearing, like socks with flip-flops. And a big house coat. And she was fat.
Yeah.
And she was cleaning a table out back going,
You do realize it's not 1860, right?
No, I do. That's why I'm open-minded. I understand.
Why don't you just hand her an Aunt Jemima bottle and ask her to autograph it?
All right, there was a similarity in the look.
Why don't we go down to Mississippi? Lonnie will talk to you. Lonnie?
Hey, what you got to do is plant a couple watermelon seeds in the front yard, and then when they come over, you just lasso them, and then you got them for the lease of the week.
That's not what I'm talking about.
Let's go to Sean in O-Town. Bring it on, brother.
Bring it on, it's O-Town, baby.
Have you seen Hogan? Forget it.
Go ahead, Sean.
Go ahead, Sean.
You've already spoiled one moment.
I ruined it for you, little Jimmy.
No, for Open.
Did anyone see Hogan Family this week?
I didn't know.
Or Hogan Knows Best, or whatever the hell this company was called?
Week.
All right. Yeah, go ahead, Sean.
Yeah, maybe Anthony could ask his neighbor while they're sipping mint juleps on the veranda. You fucking plantation owner racist.
I'm not.
Yes, you are.
Why?
There was a day I could have had you shot.
I'm just trying to offer employment.
Of course you are.
That's all. I pay well.
Someone's saying your uniform is ready.
You should say that you pay more than your neighbor does.
Someone is saying...
There you go. I'm willing to pay more than my neighbor.
And then get a feud with your neighbor going.
All right, well, good feud. Good luck with that one. Hogan knows
what
best.
happened this week?
Well, Hulk Hogan, his acting is just terrific. I really
love Hogan.
I love the emotion, the emotional range this guy has. It's amazing.
He's awesome.
It's unbelievable. We had him on the show recently too. He was great for us, but that show stinks.
Did you tell him that?
Of course not. Please.
What happened on the show? Is it like his,
I guess
kids being spoiled
Stinks
again?
Came out as it is wonderful. What? Oh, I stink. Okay, hold on. Stink came out as is wonderful. Thank you.
All right. When they had a family vacation down to Key West, and what's the daughter's name? Who's hot because she's 16, but will not be hot by the time she's 19. Oh, no one else could see this is going to happen.
Bravery coming out of Opie here.
Yeah, well,
she's hot for 16 because she's 6 foot and doesn't have any real fat on her.
I'm just thinking this coming out on St. Patty's Day would have been a.
Well, duh. I'm not stupid though, Brooke.
Right? She goes missing or something.
She goes missing, right?
Right.
And I'm feeling it a little bit because they're looking for her daughter, and Hogan's wife is crying, and Hulk is, of course, very emotional, I guess, because you can't tell by how he talks. They got a camera crew following her around while she's lost, and I'm like, that takes me out of it.
Why don't they just call the crew?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because Hulk's wife is really crying, and I'm like, why is she really crying when they have a camera crew following her on the beach where she's by herself?
Yeah.
Took me right out of the show. It took me right out of my reality moment.
Attaboy.
A lot of times when the cameras are there, it's like, stop it. You're not in danger. Stop.
Go shit in your hat.
All right, we could either... Well, this guy's been calling all morning, but we also have the audio from Rosie O'Donnell's gay cruise that is terrific.
Yes. Also the 911, which is very topical
shit,
today.
We got to do that, too.
I want to hear the 911 audio.
Monday.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
What's up?
Hey, you guys got the audio of South Park?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah?
The hybrid car one?
Yeah, that's right.
It was pretty funny, actually, because we have made fun of the hybrid cars.
We've goofed on the hybrid car. It's Steve with his stupid hybrid car.
Well, we got to figure out...
Saved me lots of money.
We got to figure out what to do. We could do South Park hybrid episode.
Mm-hmm. I want to hear the 911 call.
You want to do the 911 call?
What's the 911 call?
All right. Let's do that.
A woman who didn't take the 911 call seriously and someone died.
She didn't take it serious.
Whoa. Yeah. Do you know this story yet? I don't really know this one.
Apparently, a young child called 911 because his mother had passed out. And the woman on the other end, on 911, didn't believe him. Thought he was a prankster. And reprimanded him a bit, threatened to call the police. would have been nice. Send the cops over there at least.
As the clock is ticking.
Somebody,
as the clock is ticking on his mom. That's great.
And the mother ended up dying.
I hope this woman got a demerit.
Please.
Here's the actual audio.
Emergency 911. Where's the problem?
My mom had passed out.
You're over there on Spruce. You're on Spruce.
My mom.
Where's Mr. Turner at?
Right here.
Let me speak to him.
She not gonna talk.
Okay, well I'm gonna send the police to your house and find out what's going on with you. 1950 Spruce, apartment 3.
So that.
So she
sent the cops.
Hangs up. No, I heard some other audio.
All right, we got another one here. Oh, here's the second call.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. All right, first call happened just before 6, and the second call was 3 hours later.
Yeah.
Okay. This is probably where the story gets good.
Emergency 911, where is the problem?
My mom had passed out in her room.
1950 Spruce at the Robert Turner residence?
Yeah.
Where's the grown-up at?
In her room.
Let me speak to her. Let me speak to her before I send the police over there.
She's not going to talk.
Huh?
She's not going to talk.
Okay, well, you know what? Then she's going to talk to the police, okay? She's going to talk to the police because I'm sending them over there.
Oh, she's still not going to talk.
I don't care. You shouldn't be playing on the phone. Now put her on the phone before I send the police out there to knock on the door, and you're going to be in trouble.
Holy shit.
Can you believe
Are you kidding?
the irresponsibility there? Put her on the phone. Why? No, she can't. It's a kid. It's obviously a kid.
Yeah.
Trying to deal with the situation. He's smart enough to call 911. And then he's got to deal with that idiot on the other end. Why wasn't she taking this as an emergency?
Why not just send a cop to see what's going on?
Yeah, the first time, apparently, I'm going to send the police was a threat that was never carried out. Would have been nice if it was. And then 3 hours later, the kid calls back and
is it true she never sent the police?
No.
That's what Crunch Critter's saying. Crunch Critter.
Yeah.
Hey.
I listened to that on CNN. What happened was the kid called in. His mother had passed out and everything. Kid called in and, didn't believe that the 911 operator, believed him or anything. Just thought he was playing on the phone. He played around the house for like 3 hours, called back. Then she, made threats and everything. She never sent anybody. The person that actually came over was the sister. And the operator, all she got, she's remained on the job until an investigation is going on.
Oh, that woman should be fired immediately.
So what did the mother die of?
She had a heart problem, and she passed out. So who knows? She might have been able to be saved. And, the poor kid's trying to call 911, and he's just being called a liar, pretty much.
It sounds like something's going on, because the kid, when you make prank calls, you don't sound like that.
No.
Let's go to Rashawn.
Yeah.
What's up, Rashawn?
Yeah. First, we're going around looking for leprechauns in trees, and now we're not taking 911 calls seriously. It's a great day to be black, gentlemen.
Well,
I'm punching out.
Bye.
Well, Whitey fucks up, too. I mean...
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, we had
there's
our...
the fucking nice... there's those nice freedom fighters.
The guy's burning the Mexican flag. All right. See, we got Whitey news.
We do.
Whitey will burn the Mexican flag. Whitey, whenever I tell you, when I heard a guy jumped over the White House fence, I knew that was Whitey. Yep. It's always Whitey.
Always Whitey jumping over the fence. Where the gold at? Remember the leprechaun thing?
Oh, of course.
There's a little remix. Listen to this.
To me, it look like a leprechaun to me. All you gotta do is look up in the tree. Who else in the leprechaun? Say yeah! I wanna know where to go. I wanna know where to go. Give me the go. I wanna know where to go. I wanna know where to go. Give me the go. I wanna know where to go. I wanna know where to go. Give me the go. I wanna know where to go. I wanna know where to go. Give me the go. I want to go. I want to go. I want to go. Give me the go. I want to 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 go. Give me the go. I want to go. I want to go. I want to go. Left cut. I want to know where to go. I want to know where to go. Give me the go. I want to know where to go. I want to know where to go. Give me the 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 go.
Could be a crackhead.
How cool is that?
Yeah.
You've heard that story, right, Judah?
Yeah.
The leprechaun story?
Yeah.
There's a leprechaun in the trees down in where? Where was that again?
Yeah.
I want to say Mississippi. I don't know. Somewhere down there.
Somewhere down south.
Somewhere where I'll never be. All right.
South of the Mason-Dixon line.
All right. South Park, the hybrid car episode. Mm-hmm. This was classic. Our own Steve, Judah, drives a hybrid. We should get him in here. He loves his hybrid. And South Park did a great episode on the whole hybrid car phenomenon.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Grr, grr. Where's Steve?
I don't know. Get her in here.
Grr.
He's getting into his hybrid. He'll be down.
No.
He'll be in the studio in a few seconds.
No.
Putting AZT on his shirt.
Well, he's been busy. He's getting a lot of artist IDs today. We've had a lot of celebrities in studio today.
Here he comes. Circling.
Steve, the Leprechaun. The Leprechaun remixes online.
Yes.
Are they all different? These three?
Yeah, all different. I mean, it's all from that same piece of audio originally.
The same news story. Because there are two others. I don't even know how good they are really.
They're all, I think they're all done by the same artist, actually.
The first one was really good. Where to Go?
Yeah, they're all done by the same guy. It's just using different clips.
How's your hybrid car?
It's wonderful.
Yeah,
it really is. I love having my hybrid.
You do?
I do.
No more mechanical problems?
Nope, not a one. Not a one.
And mileage?
Around 45, 46 per gallon.
Wow.
Jesus, that's better than my caddy.
Is it really?
Yeah. 12.
I'm sure you could just bash him, though, on the road, pass right by him.
But it's a fun 12,
Get there
Jimmy?
faster.
Oh, it's a fun 12.
It's a fun 12.
Lots of laughs and party girls.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm seeing a lot more of the hybrids on the road lately.
Of course.
It's all the rage. That's why South Park did their little episode.
And you're all a little community is what it is.
Yeah.
You're all like this community. They see each other driving a hybrid. They give a little wave.
They
do.
do.
Remember the school bus driver? If another school bus would pass, they'd wave to each other. There was that camaraderie. You're like a little kid in the back.
You do that if you see someone driving the same car as you.
No, I don't.
Everyone else does.
I don't.
They're not like everybody else. We understand.
You don't
see
wave
someone
to
driving
people.
your car, you're like, hello, hey, we have the same taste.
Wave to people that drive my car. They might think it's a gun.
2 million other Americans.
Shoot at you.
I wave at other guys in caddies. We have like a little.
I'm sure you do.
Yeah. Camaraderie.
I'm sure you do.
Caddy Jim.
Yeah.
Hey, how you doing?
Yes.
Well, South Park did the hybrid car thing.
Hybrids stink.
They do not.
Here's Kyle's dad driving around town.
Jimbo, your truck probably gets less than 10 miles to the gallon. Well, thanks, Officer Dickhole.
Dad, let's just go.
Look, I'm just trying to make the people of South Park aware of a very serious problem.
The problem, Gerald, is that ever since you got a hybrid car, you've gotten so smug that you love the smell of your own farts.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't think it was high and mighty to care about the earth.
See? They're right.
All right.
Steve.
What? I'm not smug.
Well,
but you do like your own farts.
I certainly do, but everybody likes their own farts.
Actually,
yes, but yours smell like semen.
Yeah.
Oh, God. And yours don't.
And this is here's the clip of him driving around town, waving to his neighbors and stuff.
Hey there, Richard.
Oh, hey, Gerald. New car?
Yeah, it's a hybrid. I just couldn't sit back and be a part of destroying the earth anymore.
Well, good for you.
Oh, thanks.
Well, there goes the new high and mighty Gerald Broflovsky. Yeah, ever since he got that new hybrid, he thinks he's better than everyone else.
You know, the emissions from a vehicle like yours causes irreparable damage to the ozone. I drive a hybrid. It's much better for the environment. Thanks.
Dad, can we go home? All you ever do since you got this car is drive around and show it off.
Hey, is that a hybrid?
Oh, yes, you've got one too, I see.
Yeah, I like to be a part of the solution and not part of the problem. Well, anyway, good for you.
Thanks.
Thanks. Is that how you drive around, Steve?
It's an awfully disturbing picture. No, I'm not that much of a prick.
There's another one.
Oh.
I want to be part of the solution.
Oh. Save money on gas. That's about it. That's it. And it's It was a less expensive car than the SUV I was driving around. You know, but I'm not one of these pricks who just shoves it in everybody's face because I think I'm saving the environment. Not shit.
Let's go to Wendy in Florida.
Any part of you care that you're helping the environment?
Yeah, this much.
Is it really any of it?
The part that cares about saving the money is this big. So
there's a little piece though.
Hello?
I wouldn't even care.
Wendy?
Really?
Hello?
Wendy?
Hi. You guys are really funny.
Oh.
Thank you, Wendy.
How old are you?
I really liked your show.
How old are you?
I listened to you last night and this morning.
Oh, yeah.
This is a prank.
You
we know what this is.
You guys are really funny.
I get it. It's a prank. Get your prank over with. We got a radio show to do.
Okay.
What's the prank?
Go ahead. Do it.
Yo, my name is Wendy. I love XM Radio.
Right.
I think they all have cool DJs. I love the talk shows. I love to listen
But aren't you on another show?
Yes.
Yeah. You're on another show.
I call Flash. I call the 90s, the 60s, and some talk shows.
But you're on Howard's show, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're Wendy the Retard.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, we don't have room for retards on our show.
Yeah. I'm sorry, but we're gonna have to not have you on our show.
Okay.
Because you're kind of known for being a Howard character.
I know.
And perish the thought, we rip him off.
Yeah, we don't like retards.
I'm a friend of Priestley too.
She sounds fun enough.
She's a what too?
I don't know.
You're a what, Wendy?
I'm Priestley big fan. I call the 90s and I give Priestley a great show.
Oh, the 90s. You like the music on XM.
And he was talking about you the last day before he went off the air.
How do you afford XM and Sirius?
Easy. I get paid a lot of money.
To do what?
I get like $1,000.
For what?
For like a Social Security or some kind of
government.
Government?
Mm-hmm.
The government.
Yes, the government. And Social Security.
Right.
All right, Wendy.
Well, unfortunately, when mining for retards, Howard hit that vein first, so we can't really exploit you.
Okay.
But not that we wouldn't like to, but we have to find our own retards.
Okay.
All right?
All right.
Well, thank you for calling.
All right.
All right. There she goes.
Wendy the Retard.
All right, back to the South Park hybrid car episode. Kyle's family moves to San Francisco. Listen to this.
Oh, hello there. You must be the new neighbors.
Yes, that's right. We're the Broflovskis.
Welcome to San Francisco. I'm Peter Thompson. This is my wife, Nancy Jarvis, and our son, Brian Thompson Jarvis. So how do you like the neighborhood?
Oh, it's gorgeous. These old houses are so neat.
Yes, well, unlike most cities, in San Francisco we try to keep all the historic houses instead of knocking them down. You in here, Peter? Oh, hey, Paul. Come on in and meet the Broflovskis.
Hello there. I'm Paul McDonough. This is my wife, Holly Beaumont McCallahan, and our daughter, Mindy McDonough Beaumont McCallahan.
Hello.
We noticed your hybrid out front. That's a V-Series, right? Yeah, that's right.
Oh, nice car, but we're going to have to get you into the BT series. Its emissions are actually cleaner.
Wow, so everyone here drives a hybrid, huh?
Oh, of course. We're a little more progressive and ahead of the curve here in San Francisco. Anyway, I'm sure you'll find it much better here.
Yes, you'll find that San Francisco is pretty much more open-minded and grown up than the Midwest. We're just a little bit more protective of our environment here in San Francisco.
Shit.
Hey, Jimbo, you got a hybrid too? Yeah, I just wanted to try to set an example, Yeah, I guess it's up to us to show everyone the way. Good for you. Thanks.
Can you believe some people still don't drive hybrids? I know. It's like Earth to America. Hello. This is simple stuff here. Call. Well, from now on, I'm only going to associate with other hybrid car drivers. Everyone else is just ignorant. Good for you. Good. At least we're smart enough to know better. Thanks.
That's you, Steve.
No, it is not.
There you go. That represents Steve.
We honestly don't have much on that. Just to
I know.
a reason to goof on you a little bit.
I thought so.
That was a really good episode of South Park.
Thank
though.
you.
Hey, Steve, what's going on with the Star Wars kid, man? This is a big story in the paper today.
I don't know. What's going on with our Star Wars
You
kid?
remember Star Wars kid, right, Ant?
Of course, Star Wars kid. He borrowed a video camera when he was in school. I guess this is going back about 3 years or so. He was 15 years old. I think because he was 15 then.
Right.
Yeah, they're saying it was about 3 years ago.
3 years ago, he borrowed a video camera from the school, taped himself in his basement with this pole, acting like it was a lightsaber, and I guess forgot the tape in the camera.
And then it
brought it back. It ended up on a shelf in the school. A couple of other kids at the school found it, put it up on the internet. Just as a little inside joke. Right. It went everywhere. One of the most downloaded clips in internet history. Millions upon millions of downloads worldwide. People then started digitally enhancing it with software, making actual lightsabers out of the pole he's using, putting him in Star Wars movie scenes. Very funny stuff. You can find unlimited amounts of clips of this kid.
So what's the problem with this kid? Wouldn't you want this exposure?
Well, apparently he was very embarrassed.
The youngster from a small town in Quebec, Canada, says he was driven out of school by classmates who taunted him with chants of Star Wars kid, Star Wars kid.
It was being goofed on the talk shows. I mean, everybody that knew anything about the internet knew who Star Wars kid was.
Do we have a clip of him at all, Hawk?
You could find one.
You've seen Star Wars. You've never seen Star Wars.
It's more visual than audio. It's only visual. The guy is
like some nerdy kid or something.
Yeah,
roly-poly teenage kid.
The website was great because then they were making mini movies and throwing them in all sorts of other things, and it just exploded.
Well, how old was he when it hit the net?
He was like 15.
Oh yeah, that's embarrassing, dude.
Yeah.
You're caught acting like a douche at home.
You got instant celebrity.
Well,
though.
but for us that's cool exposure. But when you're 15, being a douche and everyone's chanting Star Wars kid, no one's banging you for it. It's not like chicks will blow them.
And believe me, if this kid was doing moves like Bruce Lee, it would have been cool.
Right.
He set up the camera and then he'd step back all awkward and kind of look at a monitor, so he'd be in frame, and then he'd grab this pole, like something like a painter's pole or something like that, and start spinning it around very spastic and unwieldy, and it's hitting the floor, and when he would screw up, he'd look at the monitor and the camera again, shut the camera off, turn it back on, and there he is trying again.
It seems to me that he just had other problems, though. I mean, come on.
Yeah, he looked
But he's suing someone?
Well, yeah. Originally, he sued for $310,000. The trial was about to begin, and they just settled out of court or whatever.
Who's he suing?
They settled
though?
just before the case was to begin.
He's suing the kids that put it on the net.
But he left the tape in the camera, right?
Well, the story goes like this. Within a few months of its first appearance on the web in April 2003, it had been downloaded tens of millions of times. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
You would love that exposure on your website, right, Steve?
Yeah, well, that's how these viral videos
all over the
work.
world.
Yep.
The original video was discovered on a shelf in the school's media room by two fellow students. They posted it on the web as an interesting prank, one classmate testified. And then they settled just before the case started.
Yeah,
it was simply unbearable. Totally. It was impossible to attend class, Star Wars kid said. I don't know his real name.
Faggot.
He said he was diagnosed with depression afterwards.
Aw,
come on. He said whenever he was in...
Don't leave your
Don't
tape.
borrow a camera and then leave a tape in there.
Yeah. He said whenever he was in public places, strangers would call him, Star Wars kid.
So why not cam it up and enjoy it?
He left the school and eventually got a private tutor. So obviously he had problems to begin with.
There was
Embrace it, man.
Hope he kills himself.
Some really
fat pig.
Talented people that made some really funny clips of this kid. With all kinds of CGI. And
we better get a talented guy on this computer to get me a clip.
There it is.
Oh.
All right, spin it around, Hawk, so I can see. And Jimmy can see, and we can all laugh.
Spin it around, you
Now, that's one of these superimposed lightsaber ones.
Right.
This is him. It wasn't obviously a lightsaber. It's just a pole. Yeah, someone had done that.
The best is they put it to dance music and
look at this idiot
Saturday
go.
Night Fever music, all that crap.
How do you...
They really enhanced it with all sorts of music. And
oh, this kid's really going to town.
Yeah.
God, I hope he shoots himself.
He probably
that
will.
Awful hairdo. He has fucking Hawk hairdo.
He loves...
He's right there. I love Hawk, but he looks like this kid.
No,
he does. And he moves like Ben, this kid.
Dude.
I spit a lightsaber. Dude.
I would love if Ben moved like this.
That's a good point. Yeah, you just see these lightsaber things. Highlight, scroll.
I like it better than the last 3 Star Wars movies.
Yeah.
But, I mean...
It's got the double edge.
The original video is no big deal, but it just became this phenomenon, and then people made their own movies. Like I said, they put music and dance tracks behind them and put them in all sorts of different films.
Yeah,
and
this kid should stop suing and realize that he's inspirational.
Yes.
Embrace it. Love it.
Star Wars kid.
He's in Star Wars kid.
Why not?
I think Spock had a hard time embracing the character of Spock for many years.
I think he sued because, he obviously wanted money out of it. He wasn't getting any money out of it, and decided, well, this is a way to get.
He could do appearances. Are you kidding?
Yeah,
that kid could do appearances. Him, that stupid pole, and just set up and do it. People would freak out.
Let's go to Mike in Philly. Mike,
what's up, guys?
Hey.
Hey, similarly, kind of like Star Wars kid, there was that Moshzilla girl.
Mosh girl.
They got a picture of her in a mosh pit and totally ran wild with it, and her parents sued, shut down all these websites, all that kind of stuff.
There's a whole bunch of them. It's this chick, she's moshing, and her foot is up, and she's making some really sick-looking face. Mosh girl. She ends up in a lot of Photoshops and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's legendary. All right, guys, you suck.
Yeah. That the other guy that's moshing and he's puking out of his nose and mouth. You ever see that one?
I don't think I've seen that one.
That one's classic. Partying a little too hard, and they got him in mid-vomit. He's moshing, and his friends are in a pit, and you just see vomit flying out of his mouth and nose, caught in mid-vomit.
All right.
Wonderful stuff.
Well,
Than's got one.
What do you got, Than?
This just in
from Than.
Oh, Looter Guy has become one of the more recent ones from New Orleans. The black guy that's carrying away the tray of Heinekens, the bus tray of Heinekens, he's in everything now. He's like, that's Mosh chick right there. She's in everything. Everything Photoshop now. Oh, that's a bunch of, is that a bunch of web cliches
maybe
put
Mosh
together?
chick and Star Wars kid
I think
can get
Lindy
together.
England.
We can hook them up.
See a Lindy England in there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they threw a bunch of different other...
It's like a Sgt. Pepper's album cover of web people.
Norton, you're killing me over here.
All right, let's say hi to Garrett. Garrett, what's up?
Hey, man, I just wanted to see if there was a rehab for Pal Talk. It almost killed me yesterday.
Why? What happened?
How could you almost get killed by Pal Talk?
Oh, I was driving back from Indiana, and I was watching on there, and Hootie McBooth kept flashing the whole time, and I couldn't stop staring at the damn things. I almost hit 3 cars.
Oh, you're one of those drive and broadcast and watch?
All the time, man. I'm in there right now watching you guys.
Hi.
Hello.
Isn't that amazing?
Hello.
Thanks.
Hello.
Well, yeah, man, that shit almost killed me.
All right, very cool. Thanks, bro.
Thanks, man.
We're going to take a quick break. We'll finish the Opie and Anthony program in a few minutes here.
I know a big bear. He talks with good diction, hibernates in a Toyota with good fuel emissions and great tax deductions. His habitat's a hybrid. His paws are on the steering wheel. He barely fits inside it. His cave has XM and a keyless entry. Don't leave a cent in your tent. His belly is empty. The only bear I know with gastric bypass, smarter than the average. Roll up in the hybrid and steal your picnic basket. The ranger's lunch always makes his belly groan. The last I seen him, he was speeding around Jellystone, getting 40 miles per gallon, rolling through the Rockies, doing Ramon promos for 2 disc jockeys. Steve's a piece of garbage, forged for nuts and berries, top of the food chain but drives a car for ferries. Piece of shit, stores energy with friction and magnets. Ramon. Hybrids are for faggots, hybrids are gay, Steve's a queer. Plug in your automobile, you take it in the rear, you homo. Yo, his car got a kickstand, go and buy a new one, spend more than $6,000. Hybrids are gay, Steve's a queer. If you plug in your automobile, you take it in the rear, you homo. His car got a kickstand, go and buy a new one, spend more than $6,000. Hybrids are gay. Hybrids are gay.
Hi, my mom always tells me, when bad things happen, I need to find a happy place. Like when my Uncle Henry crawls in bed with me and kisses my neck and licks my ear. I think of Opie and Anthony. That's my most happy place.
Opie and Anthony!
Chris in New Jersey, what's going on today?
Hey, I just wanted to let you guys know that psychopath Twitchels that you have on.
Yeah.
He's right now. He's on channel CN8 on Comcast, wearing a big Opie Anthony XM satellite radio shirt.
They're doing an interview with Twitchels.
He's on right now. I'm watching it. Yeah, he's hilarious.
Local
I didn't
TV.
know he was that bad.
I can't imagine that our logo's being seen a lot. It's probably jumping in and out of frame.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, right. Every time someone says jump.
Jump.
Thank you for the info, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Hey, Anthony.
No.
Did you hang that lawn jockey?
All right.
No, I didn't. I brought him inside, out of the public view.
What, Jimmy?
No, I was going to say something about how inappropriate that was. Then Anthony said something.
Yes. Very.
Did we do everything we needed to do today? Let's go home early.
Hey, wait! I have a question. If anybody out there, I have this is a new Verizon phone, the Pocket PC.
Jimmy needs more help,
dude.
You need tech help?
I do. I don't know how to turn the volume up. I know how to use the switch on the side, but the volume is too low. Even in the Bluetooth, it's like Joaquin is calling me all the time.
Star Wars kid could probably fix it.
It's because you got little ears.
Maybe that's it.
Dude, my Bluetooth doesn't want to hang on my little stupid ear. I have to lean to the left so it doesn't fall off. But no, it's just too quiet. And there's got to be a way. And it's like on your computer, you have a volume button, right? You click on it, turn the volume up. But if you double click it opens the volume thing.
Yes.
So you can go into the settings more and turn the volume up. I know there has to be a way on this phone. It's the Verizon VZ or VS.
I think I know what to do, actually.
Do you?
Yeah, give it to him. Yeah, give it to Opie. He'll fix it.
I don't know how to do it. See, now multiple I don't know how to use the fucking phone. Here we go. I'm trying to turn on my Wi-Fi. Multiple things connected. Okay. I try to turn it on. Connect. Watch it. We'll say it can't connect. It won't connect. I know it won't. I suck.
Hey, Jimmy.
Yeah.
There you go. You open up a cell phone like this one, and it's on. Hello?
I know.
Hello?
Dude. Listen.
You could just call people.
Sweetie, I had the phone like that, too, and I preferred that one. And the one kind you have with the buttons. The only reason I got this was there's been times where I've needed the net, and there's been times where I need to text. I don't know I haven't done it, so I got this phone.
The company gave you a BlackBerry.
But it's a company BlackBerry.
Hello? Hello, how are you?
Who's calling?
It's Travis in the other room. See how easy it was?
Oh.
The volume's got to be turned up. Hold on.
Yeah, mine does
There we go,
that.
Travis. I hear you much better. Now, see? Now it's loud.
Yeah.
But I'll turn it down.
Do you have Palm Pilot in there?
Bye, faggot.
do you have... I needed Windows on mine for my dates and my phone numbers and all that stuff.
I have Windows at home. I can get on the internet with this stuff.
That's me too.
He can watch TV on his phone.
I don't know how to do my phone.
And I do
dumb.
this.
Look what I do now. Oh, a little picture
I take a
of Jimmy.
picture. I like how it makes
with
this
flash.
sound, too.
With flash.
It really annoys me, this whole thing, because...
Still connecting. My fucking phone stinks.
Throw it away.
I'll take it.
How am I supposed to take a candid picture when it does this?
I think they make you do that.
You hear that sound?
That might be a legal thing where you have to have
Fuck
that.
legal.
How do you?
No, I think you could probably mute that.
Yeah.
How do I?
How the hell are you going to get upskirt pictures with a phone like that?
Put it on silence all.
You can silence it.
And I think
I want to throw my fucking. I want to break my fucking phone.
Seriously, I think it will.
I'll try it.
How do I use the camera? I don't know how to do that.
I don't know how to
I'll
use
show
the
you.
camera. Yeah,
I don't think you're old enough to use that phone yet, Norton.
Yeah, you're not a big boy. That's a big boy phone.
That's like a Swiss Army knife phone.
Let Fan do it for you.
I don't know how to connect. I don't know how to do my settings.
Let Fan do it.
Please help me.
I'm a little baby.
Dude, I don't know how to do it. I try to do it, it works, and then I fucking ruin it.
Read the manual.
I tried that shit. Fucking, the help thing menu is awful. Help
thing
menu.
The help menu blows.
There you go.
How'd you do that?
What did button down?
Oh. Well, how do I take a picture?
Hit the camera button again?
There?
No.
Of course not.
The camera button.
Right.
That's the camera button.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
All right.
There you go.
Let me get a picture of open ad. Ooh.
Ooh. Norton's happy now.
No, I don't know if it froze.
Someone fixed his phone.
Now his fucking picture
by pressing
blows.
the camera button.
How do you?
Those aren't known for good picture
I
taking.
hate camera phones. 1.3 megapixel. Fuck you.
It's like 1996
It
for a
stinks.
regular camera.
All right, now how do I turn? Hey, fan, how do I turn this off?
Oh my God,
cocksucker! I'm wasting my
Like
fucking battery.
An old person
Norton, you just need
or
an
a kid.
assistant with you all the time.
You
I know.
can't
Work
figure
your
that
phone.
shit out.
All right, take a picture of yourself. Oh my God, there you go. There, see, that's a good picture.
I don't think you took
even
one.
at one
Of course
point,
I didn't. God forbid I did what I was supposed to do.
even at 1.3 megapixels, that's a pretty.
Shitty camera.
Yeah,
Dude, 1.3.
That's
Phone-
so 2005.
What's that light on?
Who know what? Oh, there we go.
The one that's burning up your battery.
I wouldn't know. Why would I know?
Hey, we got some help for you. Let's go to Doug in Arkansas.
Can you turn the flash off, please?
Doug?
Whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah, Jimmy,
Flashlight.
you should take your Verizon phone, flush it down the toilet, buy a singular, and go fuck your mother.
Wow.
You know,
Look at
I don't
that.
disagree, sir.
Look at that.
All except for the buy a singular.
Aaron in Arizona.
Thanks for
how's
doing
it
it,
going,
not helping and showing me.
What's up?
Hey, today I learned on the show that Star Wars Kid has E-Rock hair.
E-Rock.
I hate my phone.
Very good. I'm looking to see if we did everything. Hey, what's this obese don't think they're obese story? Did we do that one?
That's why we have a problem in this country.
Yep.
Obese in deadly denial?
Yeah. They don't think they're fat when they see themselves.
Obese people have a blind spot when it comes to their own weight problem, according to a study that showed only 15% of people in that category view themselves as obese.
Yep.
Such a lack of self-awareness can be deadly. If somebody doesn't perceive themselves to be obese, they are most likely not going to pay attention to any public health information about the consequences of obesity.
How do you not know you're obese?
A lot of people think they look good. You know?
See, that's why as the public, when you're obese, we should be allowed to just hit you with sticks because you're unpleasant to look at, and then you'll know.
Chase you around with torches and pitchforks.
I'm not obese, and then when 3 different people just whack you with a stick, you'll go, you know what? I must be a fatso.
I think some people don't know what obese means.
You're probably right.
Oh, right.
That's why we should get back to just calling people fat.
Fat, yeah.
Fat.
Everyone knows fat.
I'm not obese. I'm fat.
I'm a compulsive... No, you're a fat skunk. Stop fucking eating ding-dongs, stupid.
Yeah, until people realize that they're fat. Problem.
Yeah, some people are just obese. You know, they're
right.
They're not fat.
I'm just slightly obese.
Yeah.
And they don't change their eating habits. It's like, you know what? Why don't you just stop eating bacon? Why don't you just stop eating cheese omelets?
They're good, though.
Of course they're good. I'd love to have them all the time.
They're very tasty.
Stop eating mayo.
But Eric's not heavy. He's just...
No, Eric stopped eating mayo.
But he's not a fat guy.
We had an intervention with his mayo intake.
And no bacon?
And no more bacon. And look, your skin's looking clear.
It's bacon.
Look, he's got a little
glow. Pep in his step.
A healthy glow to him.
He does.
I
put makeup on.
That's the last of the tan from vacation.
Do you eat substitute bacon?
Nope. Nothing.
That's good stuff, though. The veggie bacon, the bacon strips. Morningstar.
Oh, yeah, it's good.
Very good.
Also,
I'll
Phil
try that.
Nicholson won his second Masters. Yeah. All right.
Second
good luck
3
to
years.
Enough on that. That's
obese
that's
people.
great.
I'd love to talk to a big fatso who says, I'm not obese, just so I could say, yes, you are.
Eminem getting divorced again. He just got remarried.
Wait. What?
He just got remarried. I don't even think it lasted 8 weeks.
8 weeks?
After all that turmoil, he decides to go back and get married to his wife there.
His ex?
His ex, and then 8 weeks later
needed
he's
a
divorced
new
again.
album.
From his
That's
first
all it
wife.
was.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Now he's
Needed
got enough material
an album.
for a double album.
Yep.
And that's all we have on that. Okay, Cockroach, what's up?
Cockroach, hey, I learned today that Jimmy is a big dope when there's a hot piece of ass in the studio.
Why?
Yeah, Judah's been here all morning.
Because he's so obnoxiously funny, except for when there's a hot piece of ass in there. He sits in there like he's has nothing to say.
Well, I don't. I do that sometimes too if I don't know much about the person. I don't know. I've never seen one of the scary. I would never have recognized her. I've never seen a scary movie. I've never seen anything she's been in. I know she's very famous, but I would just allow.
You are really funny, man, and you need to come to Virginia Beach. There's a Funny Bones here.
Thank you.
And you will definitely sell out.
You know what else I need to do? I need to fucking get a phone that I know how to operate because it's still trying to sign on to Internet Explorer because my settings are all fucked up.
Give it to a 10 or 12-year-old kid. They'll be able to.
Yeah,
teach
no
you how to
kidding.
do it.
I know.
Have you put in your IP number?
What?
I don't know.
Oh, man. Matt in Atlanta. Matt?
Hey, man.
Hey.
Hey, Jim, I've had that phone for a couple months now, and it is kind of a pain in the ass to get used to, but the volume on it is just going to be inherently low. You're not going to be able to hear, if you're riding in the car, there's a lot of road noise. you're not going to be able to hear very good.
Oh, no, you picked the wrong phone.
I might have to just
Sounds
bring
like a shitty phone.
I might bring this back and just get a fucking regular phone with buttons on it, because this phone sucks my fucking grandfather's dick.
Is there any way that he could get the volume up?
You can get it. I mean, you can take the stylus
Sprint
and
grandma.
tap it all the way up. But once it's up as high as it can go, there's no other internal settings.
And I didn't have this long. I've had this too long to just bring it back and exchange it.
Right.
If you've had it more than 14 days, yeah, it's yours.
Oh, well.
Sue him like the Star Wars kid.
Yeah, you just bought a shitty phone. What can we do?
Right, on the camera.
Page cannot be found.
You know something? I get enough problems with my computer like this. I don't need those blue Internet Explorer error messages with exclamation points popping up on my
like
fucking
carrying around
phone.
a computer with you that doesn't work.
That's what you're doing. It's a pocket PC. It's a computer that doesn't work. You're carrying a computer that does not work.
Yeah, you got to get rid of that, Norton.
I'm just going to carry around a big, computer. I'm going to carry my Dell around.
Do you have any idea?
And just hold it to my head and go, hello? Hello?
Do you have any idea how badly I want to smash that fucking Verizon phone right now?
You won't, though.
This page cannot be found. Select a network to connect to. Wireless?
Okay, whatever you feel. I wouldn't know.
Norton, if you threw that phone out, you'd feel so much better, man.
No, I wouldn't.
Oh, my God.
Just get an intern to do all your stuff for you when you walk. Just have him walking around with you.
Holy shit, this girl can't be any older than 5.
Well, let's say
Wait a second.
Jerry the
What happens
Trucker.
when you hit the select button?
Jerry!
Nothing.
Yeah, I learned today that CC's farts smell like semen.
There you go. Eric in Mississippi, it's to you. Go.
Oh.
Today on the show, I learned that.
And that's it for the Opie and Anthony show. See you tomorrow, guys. Bye.